fan your feathers out at me, young lady. Hey, I got to get through there. I have to get through there. That's the path to feed the emus, and you're in the way. Scarlet, you're in the way. Geez, not my fault you guys picked that spot to dust bathe. Got the whole yard to dust bathe, and you dust bathe in the path. Ain't that like a chicken? I don't know what kind of squash plant that is, but it's going bonkers. And then that looks like some kind of melons. I get a better garden out of my compost pile than I do out of my actual garden. Pay the cat food tax. That has been paid in full today already. We're walking down to the emu enclosure right now. Hopefully I don't lose my signal. If I do, I will be back. I have to run up to where I have a signal. I kind of pushing my limits coming down here with my router. Kind of wish I had unlimited data on my cell phone plan, but I don't. Okay, that was the first gate. Here's the second gate. I do not speak whatever that is, but hey, welcome to the live. Wow. YouTube needs a translator. I don't speak, is that Cyrillic or whatever? Russian? I don't have a way to translate that. Welcome to the live, though. There's Sam. I think that's Sam, actually. I'm saying it's Sam, not even, oh no, that's Sam. Hey, Sam. Hey, Sam. She's thumping at me. I gotta make this quick down here because I'll lose my signal. I don't want to lose my signal. Oh, we do need food. All right, let me go up here before I lose my signal. Let me go see Corona, though. Like, it's funny, if someone writes in Spanish, sometimes I can get the gist of what they're saying because I do understand a little bit of Spanish, but not most any other language. Let's come see this lady up here. Man, it's a beautiful day out today. Hey, Corona. Hey, Corona emu lady. Look at all these grasses you have in here. The geese would love this. She's like, don't touch me, human. This one doesn't like when I grab her. Well then. The emu enclosure is one of my favorite areas here, just because it's all back in the woods. It's very peaceful. I got a crow off in the distance going off. A lot of times you'll hear these pileated woodpeckers back here. Not today though. We got a lot of woodpeckers in the woods. See, there's Sam's down there, and that's just kind of like a feed depot I made for them so they can eat out of the rain when it rains. Oh, happy birthday, Aubrey. Happy birthday. It's a beautiful day here in Maryland for a birthday. Okay, let's go up and feed the geese. The geese need to eat. That's my end of it today. My niece is over, so she actually helped with my mom do a lot of the work today. I'm kind of slacking. This is a lot easier when I have two hands to work with. Putting this chain on. Like that. All right, there we go. I lock it, then I put a chain across it, and then I have secondary fence here. Even though the emus could just hop over that fence, they probably wouldn't. But I just have the secondary thing here because nothing sucks like having to chase down an emu that can run 30 miles an hour. You do not want them to escape. It's happened twice since I've had them in the almost 20 years that I've had them, and neither time was pleasant. Okay. Seed out. We took down some trees last year, so now all of this stuff that usually doesn't grow tall is growing really tall. It's starting to feel like a jungle when I walk down to take care of the emus. Look at the thorns on that. That's a wineberry plant. That will make all these really nice berries that look and taste just like raspberries, but apparently they're wineberries. I call them raspberries because that's what they taste like. I see you, gooses. I see you. Come over here and disturb the chickens. For whatever reason, they've decided to dust bathe at my where I'm coming in and out of the pen here. Yes, I know you are starving to death. What's going on, buddy goose? Why are you laying down? I'll make sure I check on him. He might just be laying down. He's allowed to do that. But it is kind of weird. He's a heavy goose. He's a little heavier than a lot of the other ones. Put that in there. Goose food. These are soaked grass pellets and fermented corn. Yes, I hear you. Yes, I know. I know. I know. You are starving. Nobody ever feeds you. It's geese. I just always say gooses because it's funnier. Hello, goose babies. Are you guys starving to death? Huh? Do you need them snacks real bad? Huh? Okay. We're doing extra snacks today. Extra snacks today. What's up, Elizabeth? How are you, Elizabeth? My beautiful goose lady. Look at her blue eyes. Isn't she pretty? And that's her sister, Victoria. Hey, Victoria. Looking good, lady. These are my two oldest females. What's up, Rudy? Looking good, Rudy. That's my favorite rooster right there. He's a real sweetie. Yes, we are coming in to feed you. I know you are all starving to death because nobody ever feeds you. Hey, don't be spicy. Don't be spicy. Just be patient. Hi, flip-flop. Hi, flip-flop. Hi, flip-flop. Hi, flip-flop. Hi, flip-flop. How are you, flip-flop? How are you, buddy? My beautiful boy. My most beautiful boy. This flip-flop. That's my boy. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I love them. I love the geese a lot. They're my babies. Even though they're very sassy. Very sassy. Watch out, flip-flop. Here. There you go. Watch out. Okay. Just hold on. Let me dump it out. Look at all the delicious snacks, huh? Hey, don't be like that. That's not nice. Jealous. There you go, Flip Flop. These guys love this food. They'd love it a lot more if it was just corn, though, I think. This guy, this is Ted right here. Buddy Goose. This is Buddy Goose right here. I was looking for him. Hey, buddy. How you doing, Buddy Goose? He's doing all right. He was just taking a break. Hello, Menace. Hello, Holiday. You menace. What's on your head? What is on your head? Did you scrape your head or is that just a mess? Are you just messy? Come here. Let me see. Let me see. Let me look at it. Let me look at it. No, I can't tell. He might have scratched his head a little bit. How did you do that? See, it's so very vascular. It doesn't take very much. How did you do that, man? I'm probably trifling with one of these other geese. It's so cool to have your own zoo. Yeah, I enjoy it. Hi, Flip Flop. Hi, Flip Flop. Oh, here comes my niece. What's up, Hannah? What did you found? A spider? Where? I'm jealous. I haven't caught any snakes this year yet. But I'm glad he's under the porch. He keeps the mice out of my house. Do I have... Oh. Hey, Albatar. Am I saying that right? Albatar. I do have a lot of animals. I run an animal sanctuary. I take care of about 70 animals here on the sanctuary. I should say we take care of. This is Holiday. He is about 4.5 years old. And he's a very friendly guy. He likes to show off. Don't you, Holiday? Don't you, buddy? Yes, you're a gorgeous boy. You're a gorgeous boy. He weighs about 45 pounds or so. He's heavy. He hasn't started his molt yet, though. I'm waiting for him to molt because he'll actually, all of his tail feathers will fall out and most of his long wing feathers will fall out and he'll get all brand new feathers. But you see all these white feathers on the ground and that's because the geese are started their molt. They do that every spring and every fall. This is Henry. This is my oldest male goose. How you doing, Henry? Look at how good he looks. I think he's a little over 8. He's about 8.5 years old now. He looks really good. I'm really happy with him. Shanta, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate having you here. I try to do a live stream at least once, if not twice a month. It's difficult because I'm always so darn busy, but when I have a gorgeous day out like this, I just can't help it. But I post videos daily. Usually at least 2, if not 3 videos a day. But I always say I'm going to go live for like 10 minutes and then 3 hours later I'm still on the live stream. So that's how they go. I really enjoy doing the live streams and meeting new people. How you doing, Holiday? Looking good. Oh, don't be spicy. There's plenty of food for y'all. I gave you extra food today too. We just increased the daily food allotment because they're molting. Whenever they're molting, they get extra corn. We get, when we buy their feed, we can buy a higher protein blend. And so when they're molting, we get them higher protein food because they need that extra nutrition to build out all those new feathers. They've all got these really stubby tails right now because they're losing all their feathers. Henry, they say you look handsome, man. Yeah, they are majestic. But I love birds. We specialize in birds on the sanctuary. We do have some other animals, but most of them are birds. We used to have a potbelly pig. Pumbaa lived. He was almost 20 years old when he passed away of just old age. Does Holiday ever try to mate with Lurkey? Yes. Any opportunity he gets, really, which is why we keep them separate. Because, not that it's bad that they mate, it's just that he's enormous and she's old. She is like 12 years old and she is very small and she's a different breed than he is. Her counterpart, her male of her breed, would be a little smaller than this. And so he's just a little too much turkey for her, so we keep them separate. But Holiday tries to mate with anything he can, which is another reason why he stays over with the geese, because they won't put up with him, but he can injure like a chicken or a duck or something. So that's why he stays over on this side. The chickens can come in and out of here, but they can also get away from him, and that's the important thing. Also, shoes are not safe if you let your shoes stay still long enough. And, oh, this is Pumpkin. This is Pumpkin right here. Hi, Pumpkin. Also, buckets are not safe. And he will go after a feed bag from time to time. There's just no help in a turkey. He can't help himself. Oh, you're in New Jersey? I'm in Maryland. We're right around the corner. We're right around the corner. I've been in New Jersey. It's been a while. I remember the first time I went to New Jersey, I didn't know y'all weren't allowed to pump your own gas. I pulled off to a gas station in New Jersey and I just hopped out of my car and started pumping my gas. And the attendant came out and looked at me like I had a third eye in my forehead. And I was like, what? And I just finished pumping my gas and paid and left. They never even said anything. They just looked at me funny. Oh, you're from India? That's cool. I have a goose named after your country. I actually have a goose named India. I don't know why I decided to name her that. I just what jumped in my head when I had to name her. Oh, it's 1 o'clock at night? Or in the morning, so to speak, for real? Wow. You keep my kind of hours. I usually don't even go to bed until 3 o'clock in the morning here. Oh, here's Mom. She's getting ready to leave for the day. Hi, Flip Flop. That's Flip Flop. That's my boy. All right, goodbye. I love you too. I'll see you later. Hannah, what?
Hannah has her assignment.
Okay. I'll see you later.
All right. She said she saw
Have a
the
nice
old black
day.
snake go under the front porch.
I know. She came back and told me. Flip Flop, are you taking a bath, man? Look, this water was just replaced. It was all clear like an hour ago, and this is what it looks like in less than an hour. I do not have one named Egypt. Sorry. Heritage turkey? I just take whatever animals come my way. I mean, we're kind of at capacity. I can't really take on much in the way of animals now because we're all full up. But most of the animals I have here are just hodgepodge animals that were dumped here. Or I shouldn't say dumped, surrendered. A lot of times the animal shelter, our local animal shelter will call me if if they get too many birds in, and I'll come and take a couple. Henry wants to get over the ladies. We have the males and females separated right now just because it's mating season, and I have a lot more males than females. That's just kind of the way it seems to go most of the time. And it's just too many boys for the amount of girls I have. Look at this chicken over here. She's just happy as it can be. That's Karen. Her name is Karen. And she's taking a dirt bath right now. I have never visited India. Sadly, I have never been out of the country. Not once. I got a passport when I was a teenager because I thought I was going to have an opportunity to go somewhere, and it fell through, and then my passport expired without any stamps in it. But here, let me close this up. These types of things are much easier when you have two free hands. There we go. What's up? I don't even know how to say your name because that is not even in the English alphabet. Let's see what I got here. Oh yeah, I have a little bit of this. This is just the rinse, the water left over from the fermented feed. I hear you. So I'll put that in here because they really like that. I'll give it all to you. You can have it all. You know, I don't know how India has those spots on her head. Where is she? India. I don't even know where she is, actually. That's Zorro. No, that's India right there. Where's Zorro? Is Zorro over with the boys? Did she sneak over with the boys? No, she's got to be sitting on a nest somewhere. Great, now I'm on a mission to find a missing goose. That's India right here, though. Oh, I hear you. I hear you honking. Where are you? Here she is. She's in here. She knows I was calling her. She knows her name. She was answering me. What, are you trying to lay an egg in here? Are you trying to lay an egg? Is that what you're telling? She's like, yes, I am laying an egg and you best stay back. Okay. I'll leave you alone. I do not speak Japanese, unfortunately. I do not speak Japanese. I don't really speak anything other than English. I can read and understand some Spanish. But my actual speaking ability is limited with Spanish, but that's about it. And that stuff I actually taught myself and I learned from a friend who lives in Ecuador. But this is India right here. And actually India's whole back is gray like that. Like if she spreads her wings out, her whole back is gray. It's really cool. Yes, I buy feed for the birds. That's we have to actually every 6 weeks or so we go to a market. It's like a Amish market, and we buy a truckload of food and bring it back because it's a bit of a drive. So we go every 6 weeks. And so we get about 50 bags of feed or about 40 bags of feed. Do you have any problems with wild cats or fox? So we don't have any wild cats of significant size in this area. I've heard people say they've seen bobcat, but I've lived in this area since 2007. I've never seen one. We do have issues with fox and raccoons is what we have to watch out for mostly. And so, you know, the geese are pretty big. And I don't really, it's very rare that I have an issue with a fox during daylight hours. It's just when it's like during dusk and then during kidding season when they're having their babies, I have to be extra careful because, oh, you guys fighting over the food. I have to be careful when the fox have their babies, and especially as the baby get older and they don't really know any better. So they'll try to take on something bigger than they can handle. But most of the time, I don't have too much of an issue with fox. You know, I keep a security camera out here that I can see pretty much the whole yard. I don't really worry about them going after the geese. I have had them try before, but it's rare, and usually the geese can fend them off. I just worry about like the chickens and the guinea fowl. And so I just keep an eye on everybody. Knock on wood, I haven't had an issue with a predator getting an animal in several years. I've instituted a lot of new protocols just to keep everybody safe. Like everyone stays within this fenced area. I do occasionally have guinea fowl try to get out, and when that happens, they just get locked up for a few days, and then they stop trying to escape again. This is Lurkey Turkey right here. They are cute, thank you. This is Lurkey. This is my 12-year-old turkey. You tell him, yeah, I'm putting you on the news, lady. You're beautiful. But you see, she's very small compared to Holiday. And so I worry that he would hurt her. I know. You want a boyfriend, don't you? She's like, I need a boyfriend real bad. Yeah, the drumming that the turkeys make, it's pretty cool. They also do like this vibrating noise. And what's cool is when they do that, they drag their feathers on the ground to just kind of make even more noise. But if you really want to hear hear something, look at this bird down here since you just joined. You see this bird all the way down there? That bird is an emu, and she can make drumming noises that can carry for up to 2 kilometers. You can hear her drum 2 kilometers away. That's how powerful it is. And it's actually a mating call. What's up, Holiday? You looking good, baby. You look good, man. He's like, yeah, I want to come over there and hang out with that lady. What are we looking at doing? We're just hanging out at my animal sanctuary. I've got a certified nonprofit animal sanctuary here where we care for about 70 animals every day. We work with our local community. We actually do community outreach for special needs people with like, learning disabilities or, like autism or Down syndrome or whatever. And so we allow those people to come here and they volunteer. And then we also work with our local animal shelters when they get overrun with particularly like farm birds. We'll often help either place them or take them ourselves. Oh, so you're autistic. Okay. So you get it, man. Yeah, autism is quite the spectrum. It really just kind of depends on where you fall on that spectrum. But we just started working with a group that has a few people in it that have, well, when the lady comes, she brings some people with autism and some people with Down syndrome. And we just started working with them, so it's more of like an introductory thing right now. But we're hoping to get to the point where they'll be able to be comfortable. I think the one gentleman with autism got over too much sensory here or whatever. And the bird, all the noise was a bit much for him. But we're working with them to try to just kind of get him used to it. How you doing, Lurky Turkey? Huh? See, he's like, I'm looking for a boyfriend. Hey, Anna, welcome to the live. Good to see you here. Yeah, Luke, I'm not like super familiar with it. I haven't really worked with people with autism that much. But that's something that's pretty new that we've been doing. You're fine with animals? We're not that different, you and I. I'll take hanging out with animals over people any day. Hey, Turkey Lurky. My beautiful lady. Y'all love this bird so much. I mean, she's been a big part of my life for the last decade, over a decade. Oh my goodness, you are such a noisy guinea bird. That's Flower. So guineas, you can tell whether it's a male or female based on their call. And that's a female call. She is singing us the song of her people. This is Big Bird right here. Hey, Big Bird. Were you hiding? Where'd you go? Hi, Big Bird. He's a shelter rooster. He came from the local animal shelter. He's a real sweetie, though. And this is Rosemary. Rosemary actually came from an animal sanctuary that had just a huge influx of ducks, and they needed to place them in Ohio. So she was actually, through a group of volunteers, was driven all the way from Ohio to Northern Virginia, where we went and met them in Northern Virginia. Hey, Sans, welcome to the live. Let's see what we got going on in here. This in here is Rebel Duck, who doesn't like me, by the way. And that's Dick Duck right there. And she barely tolerates me. So I'm going to stay back. See, she's already getting up. She thinks I'm going to mess with her. So Rebel is an older duck. Unfortunately has bone cancer, but we're able to manage her pain, and she still has a good quality of life. She's all wet because she just got to go swimming, and she gets to stay with her family. This is her man right there. That's Blue. Since she has those issues with her legs now, it's mostly like in her hips. Blue does not get to have any physical contact with her, but he gets to stay with her all the time. And then her sister gets to stay with her all the time. So she has her own emotional support duck. So my duck has an emotional support duck. And then this guy here is Anthony. Anthony is one of our male guinea fowl. He's very aggressive towards other birds, mostly like guinea fowl and chickens. You don't really have to worry about him with ducks for whatever reason. And so Anthony does get to go out in the yard and run around like a crazy man. About 2 to 3 days a week. He gets rotated in and out depending on who's up. Hey, are you talking sass to me, Dick Duck? Huh? Are you talking sass? Huh? She is being sassy. Anyway, that's the Pekin flock. These guys, all the Pekin ducks that we have were feed store surrenders. I don't let anybody be mod. It's not necessary, but I appreciate the offer, and I'm glad you have chickens of your own, but I have to be careful because you just never know, and I do not want to risk the safety of the account. Look at Elizabeth. She's doing a little yoga. She's on 1 foot. 1 foot yoga. We're looking at you, Lizzie. Lizzie is a fan favorite. Everyone seems to love Elizabeth. She's got lots of sass. How did I get the guinea fowl? So the darker ones came from a friend who just had too many guinea fowl. And then the white ones came from someone on Facebook, got a bunch of guinea fowl thinking they were like chickens. And they lived in a neighborhood. And as you can hear, they are very noisy most of the time. Look, this is fancy right here. But guinea fowl started getting a little older. It turned out that they were getting a lot of complaints for their neighbors, so they had to surrender them. And we just said, we've got the room, we'll take them. So that's how I ended up with guinea fowl. How many animals do we have? About 70. About 70. I'd have to count them all up, but it's like it's an always moving number. When you have this many animals and you run a sanctuary and you're always taking on animals, and then of course you have an aging population, so you have some pass away, that number changes more frequently than I would like. Look at this girl right here. Wait a minute, is this Brew or is this Smokey? Smokey. Brew. Oh, that's Brew Kitty. Hi, Brew Kitty. From a distance, they look very similar. Hi, Brew Kitty. I've had this cat for like 5 years and she still won't let me touch her. But she'll rub all in and out of my legs. Like when I'm standing up, she does that figure 8 thing at your legs. But the second I try to touch her with my hands, she splits. This guinea is just talking. How you doing, Flower? She's got a little bit of a limp. So she only gets out on days when there aren't many other guineas out. Hi, Flower. Pretty girl. She's actually a really nice bird. She'll usually let you pick her up. Oh, you're so beautiful. Tiffany, I'm glad you made it to the live too. I wasn't really planning on going live, but it was just so nice out. I was like, what the heck, let's go live. It's a nice day for it. She is really singing us the song of her people today. But as you can imagine, having, a half a dozen of those in your yard in a neighborhood would probably irritate your neighbors. We live in a subdivision, but I've got a lot of space, and county regulations basically allow me to have any animal I want as long as it's not a health problem. As long as I keep them clean, I can have any animal I want. Well, I should say pretty much any animal I want. Obviously, there's restricted animals, but this is Gimpy. This is Gimp Girl. Who is my favorite? Oh, I mean, I've got birds that I'm closer with. Okay, so example. Hey, Flip Flop, where are you? Flip Flop. Where's Flip Flop? Flip Flop. Oh, there he is. Flip Flop, right here. Flip Flop. What you doing, man? And this is Sunny right there. That's like his twin, that guy right there. So Flip Flop, I actually raised from a baby. So I'm really close with him. And the same thing with Holiday. This see if I can get him in the camera. This giant turkey coming over here who knows I'm over here now, so he's coming to see me. Hey, Holiday. You know, I raised Holiday up from, he was just a little chick. So I raised him from a baby. And then like Henry, wherever Henry is, I don't know where Henry is. Henry! Oh, there he is. Henry's over here. Henry was my first goose ever. He was an adult when I got him. He was about a year old. So he's like one of my favorites because he was my first goose ever. And geese are some of my favorite birds. But Holiday, I'm just really close with. He lived in the house with me. When he was a baby, he lived in the house with me for the first year of his life. He was this big living in the house. So it's really hard to pick a favorite. Like I have a favorite rooster, you know, but I don't know that he's necessarily my favorite bird. That's this guy right here. Hey, Rudy. How you doing, my guy? So we have 11 roosters on the sanctuary, and they don't all get along, so they get rotated out. Everybody gets a day out. Today is Fancy's day out. Let's see, it's 10 p.m. on your side. Well, that's wow. That's let's see. I don't even know what time. It's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon here. Let's see if I can get this to close up. There we go. I am so excuse me. I'm still trying to get over some kind of virus that was no fun at all. Thank you, Shadow. I appreciate you. How did I make it daytime? I'm just magic. What can I say? Yeah, I don't know why, but YouTube seems to be pushing me out all over the world today. Usually it's mostly people in the States that I see, but I've got a lot of people from all over the place today. That's cool. Look at them down there enjoying that bath. They keep their feathers so nice. Where is this? This is in Maryland in the United States. So we're on like the East Coast, about halfway down in the US. That's Buddy Goose right there. This guy right here on the left, that's Buddy. Look at how full, like you can see this part of his neck right there. Looks like it's got this big basketball hanging off of it. That's all his crop that he's filled with food. These birds will stuff themselves so full that the food will back up their neck. It's crazy. And what's crazy is they've never wanted for anything. Like their whole lives, they've always had all of the food they could ever need or want. But they always act like you're trying to starve them to death. Look at these girls. So this buff chicken here, this honey-colored chicken, this is Barbie. She's another fan favorite. She's a sweetie. And then that's Karen, that brown chicken there is Karen. And that's Raven right there. Hey, Raven. And then we've got another Karen because they're identical. I just named them both Karen. And then that is Scarlet. Hey, Scarlet. So those are just some of the chickens. And at this point, I don't even know where they all came from. They've come from all different places. A lot of feed store surrenders. People surrender them to us from the community. But that's a happy chicken just enjoying her dirt bath. They love a good dirt bath. Whew. I get a little head high just standing up. Because of this head cold or whatever it is I have. Look at her. She's favoring that one leg today. What's up, Lizzie? How you doing? I was watching her earlier. She's not limping or anything. She's just giving that foot a break. What is my oldest animal? Well, it used to be Pumbaa. Well, no, I guess that's not even true. My oldest animal is Cody. Cody is a 29-year-old umbrella cockatoo. That's my oldest animal. Beauregard is the Moluccan cockatoo that I have, and he's about 27. So Cody will turn 30 next year. What other animals do we have? Well, mostly the majority of the animals we care for now are farmed birds, like these geese and this rooster and the guinea fowl and the turkeys and the ducks. I used to have a potbelly pig. He passed away this past December. He was almost 20 though. So it was just old age. I got this duck here. This is another rescue. Actually adopted from another sanctuary out in Ohio. This is one of my favorite roosters right here. I do have some snakes that I take care of. Oh my goodness, Marmalade, you're so noisy. That's Marmalade. That's a male. That darker colored guinea fowl that's hiding behind Onyx. This is Onyx the rooster. Onyx only has one eye, but he's an absolute sweetie. A neat thing about roosters. Hold on, let me back up a little bit because Marmalade is being very loud. A neat thing about roosters, or chickens actually in general, is one eye is for nearsighted and one eye is farsighted. So that's pretty cool. And so Onyx is 100% nearsighted now. He cannot see, or he cannot focus into the distance. This right here is Foghorn. Hey, Foghorn. Foghorn is a shelter rooster, and he is a pretty nice guy. And this is Friendly. This is Friendly. Hi, Friendly. Friendly, you are very handsome. You are a very handsome rooster man. Friendly's a nice boy. Hey, man. He likes showing off his dance moves, though. He's got some awesome dance moves. He loves showing them dance moves. Yes, I know. Nobody's afraid of you. We all know you're just a nice guy, and this is all just posturing. He's such a nice guy. Friendly was a feed store surrender. They are so cute. Thank you, Dia. Hope I'm saying your name right. Can we see Cody? Well, she's in the house right now, and we're out here. But if you stick around until the end of the live, I'll take y'all inside and we'll visit with Cody right before I end the live. Because I do have to, unfortunately, the life I live, I work pretty much 7 days a week. So I do have some work I have to do this evening. But on the way in, before we shut the live down, I'll take you in and show you the birds, the inside birds. Oh, y'all want to see something adorable? Hold on, I'll show you something. Hold on. This is a project we're working on right now. Someone brought us these guys when they were just about a day old. Their nest had gotten raided, and these were the sole survivors. Yes, I know. And they don't like to be near me because we're intentionally not handling them because they will be released into the wild. They've got a few more weeks. In a few more weeks, they will be ready to go. But for now, we're just... You know, their mom got killed, and the rest of their flock, their clutch or whatever you'd want to call it, didn't make it. And these are the only two survivors. Their names are Goodbye and So Long. But they are adorable. They are adorable, beautiful birds. Yes, quack, quack, quack. Yes, quack, quack, quack. They got the cutest little duck bills, don't they? Look at the little duck bill. He's like, what's up, man? Oh. Watch out, chicken lady. I gotta stop kneeling down like that because I got this head cold. Every time I stand up, I get a little dizzy. Oh, you tell them. You tell them. Your favorite animal is chickens, bunnies, and cats. Well, I got 2 out of 3. I don't know where my other cats are. Smokey and Soot, they've already been fed, so they disappeared. And then Brew was just out here. I don't know where she is. I have 3 outside cats. Oh, here's Smokey. Hey, Smokey. He's just chilling. Hey, Smokey. You gonna come see me? This guy was listed as feral at the animal shelter. I actually went down the animal shelter because I wanted some more cats. And I said, give me 2 cats that no one's ever gonna adopt. And he was one of them. As you can see, after a few months of working with him, he turned around to be quite a nice boy. Yes, I know. You like those head scratches, don't you? But he lives the good life. And then I have one inside cat that only has 3 legs left because he had cancer in his shoulder, and just past a year ago, the doctor said we can do the operation and he'll have 6 months to a year to live. And so he's gotten just past a year, and we were very worried um, that the cancer had spread to his throat because he was acting like he had a cough and it wouldn't go away, and he was having a hard time eating. And so we took him to the doctor, and they did x-rays to see if the cancer had spread. And the good news is the cancer hasn't spread at all. And this was just like a month and a half ago, and they said he had bronchitis and gave him some antibiotics, and now he's back to normal. He's doing really good. So we're hoping he's 16 years old, so we're hoping to get several good years out of him still. His name is Cracker Jack, and he's a little sweetie. Hey, Threshold, welcome to the live. Name a car for an edit? I don't know what you mean by that. See you later, Shanta. Thank you for hanging out with me. It was nice having you here. I like rabbits, though. I do like rabbits. I don't have any, but I do think they're adorable. My sister will have some from time to time. Here's Henry. What's up, Henry? Do I have... Hold on, let me look. He's so, like, all of the light is, like... It looks like he's glowing. I thought maybe I had a smudge on my lens, but I don't. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. You know what? For the sake of being thorough, let's just wipe those off real quick to see. Because usually when the geese start glowing, it's because I have a dirty lens, so I don't know. These guys just cleaning up shop. Oh, hey, Shanta. What is my youngest bird? Well, my youngest bird would be those ducks I just showed you. I don't really consider them mine, so to speak, just because they will be released. They're not, I don't usually take on stuff like that, but we kind of have a void here locally where there's not really any rehabbers that can handle them because everybody's so full. And I'm actually working hand in hand with another rehabber to do that, just so that all the legal I's and T's are dotted and crossed. But that's not really my specialty. I deal with domestic animals. But anyway, I'm trying to think who the youngest bird is. It's difficult because some of the birds come to me as an adult and I don't always have a lot of backstory on them. So Holiday's about 4.5. I guess maybe these roosters are probably a little bit younger than him. Yeah. So the roosters are closer to about 3 years old. Like Rudy, you know what we need to do is go find Cookie. I'll show y'all Cookie. Cookie was a very special case. So those are about 3 years old. I'm trying to think. I don't think anybody's any younger than that. This is Cookie. Hey, Cookie. Hey, Cookie. You notice anything different about Cookie? Cookie has 1 leg. Cookie was a feed store surrender who got a really bad foot infection that turned into a leg infection. And even though we had him on antibiotics, whatever infection he got, or maybe his immune system wasn't great because he was very sick as a baby. And so for whatever reason, the antibiotics did not work. We paid to have multiple operations done to try to clear out the infection. That didn't work. And so the options were remove the leg or euthanize him. And we actually consulted with a few other sanctuary owners who had more experience than we did. And they recommended a vet all the way out in Pennsylvania, a little over 3 hours away from us. And she amputated his leg. And this was over a year ago. And he's doing really well now. He just requires a little extra care. For example, right now, he doesn't have a bandage on his little nub there, but that's because we're letting it breathe. Usually we replace a bandage every 3 days or so. There's no open wound on there. We just put the bandage there every 3 days. to protect that because the skin is very thin there. He had to regrow all of that skin because the flap that was folded over to replace it when he had it amputated, that skin did not take. So he had to regrow skin from scratch. We actually had to work with Cookie for over a year, replacing bandages and cleaning his foot out and all that. It took over a year to get him healthy. But that's my one-legged rooster. I actually have a video where he was trying to start a fight with my one-eyed rooster. I had a one-eyed rooster and a one-legged rooster in a butt-kicking contest, and I don't think either one of them was going to come out on the good side of that. This is probably my oldest rooster that I know. Like, a lot of my roosters come as adults, so I don't really know, but I suspect that he is my oldest rooster. That's fancy. Look at that gorgeous tail he's got. He's actually got some white in his tail. You see his tail's got some white. He never used to have that. This is the first year he's had white in his tail. What are all the hens? Oh, hold on. Let me get back to the beginning of the oh, wow. I got a bunch of comments, y'all. Sorry. I don't mean to neglect your comments, y'all. I'm really bad at that. Let's see. They seem happy here. Hey, ants. Yeah, I mean, that's the goal. We run a farm animal sanctuary. And the goal is, the top priority is always the welfare and quality of life for the various animals that we care for here. And so you see everybody seems to be pretty happy. They get the things that they like. They get plenty of dirt to roll around in. Geese love messing around in mud. They love a rainy day. It's been pretty dry here, thankfully, because it had been wet for quite a while. But yeah, everybody's pretty happy. That's the goal. Do you only have birds or do you have mammals as well? Well, I have a handful of cats that I rescued. We used to have potbelly pigs and goats and all that, but that was a while back. They've kind of all passed away from old age. My oldest potbelly pig lived to be just shy. He was like 2 months shy of his 20th birthday, which is pretty good for a potbelly. I have some reptiles in the house that I care for. It's mostly birds. Birds are some of the most neglected and discarded animals. And it's rare to find an animal sanctuary that specializes in birds, but I've always loved birds, so it was very easy for me to focus on them. I live on 3.5 acres, but as you see, it is mostly wooded and not a lot of it is flat. So it's difficult to put good fencing up. And for birds, mostly all you need are some green T-posts and some welded wire. But if you have like pigs and goats, you need like a much stronger fence. And it's just really difficult to manage that. I used to do it when I was a lot younger, but I'm a little older now and I just don't have the wherewithal to do it anymore. And so I've moved into specializing more with the birds. So what are all the chickens' names? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I want to get to that question. I really like that question, but I want to go in order so I don't miss anybody. I like the geese. Do you grow them for meat or as pets? Is it Mari? Mari, we are a farmed animal sanctuary. So everybody here, our goal is to provide all of the animals here with a safe place to live out their best lives possible. We provide them with feed, shelter, clean bedding, and medical care as necessary. And we just give them a place to live their happiest lives possible. Does Holiday always look fancy? Do you mean, is he always on display like that? Hey, Holiday, where are you? He's over at the other end. Holiday! I'm getting ready to lose my voice. Hear my voice cracking? Now we got to go find Holiday. He's over on the other side, hoping I'll let him come over here. He wants to be with me. Hey, why you got feathers all in your beak? He's like, I was cleaning. These guys are all molting. Of course, I called him while I was over there. Oh, no, here he is. I've got this little setup here. It's like a little tunnel system. It lets the chickens come and go, but it keeps the bigger birds from going through. Hey, Holiday. Holiday is on display 90% of the time. So when he's eating, he won't be on display. He'll look a lot like a bigger version of Lurky Turkey. But if there is a person out here for him to show off for, he will show off. And so he's always on display almost all of the time. He's very beautiful. He knows it, and he's not afraid to show it. What are the hens' names? Okay, I've been looking forward to getting to that comment. Okay, So this is Raven right here, that black one. And that one right there is Cupcake. That's Cupcake. And then that's Scarlet right there. That red one right there is Scarlet. And then this is Fancy Boy. Well, he's not a hen, but he's a rooster, and that's Fancy. And let's see, let's go find some more hens. That's a rooster too. That's Onyx. Let's see. Need more hens. Okay, that's Alabaster right there. Hey, Alabaster. Hey, pretty girl. I forget. Oh yeah, these were feed store surrenders. They came with Cookie, actually. They were surrendered with Cookie. And then over here we've got our team of barnyard managers here. This is Karen and Karen. They're both named Karen. As you can see, they have your typical Karen haircut with the poofy hair. And they spend their days making sure all the other hens eat the snacks out of the right bowls and lay the eggs in just the right places. And if anything goes wrong, they are sure to complain to the manager. But that's the running joke here. But these are both Karen. They're beautiful chickens. They're enjoying their dust baths. You see how close they let me get? They're just like, okay, this woman's not messing with me. And then this here is, I wanted to say Honey. It's not Honey. This is Barbie. And then that one there is Cheeks. And then that's all the hens I see right now. I don't know where everybody else is. And then this guy over here, this fluffy guy over here is Milkshake. Milkshake's a fan favorite too, just because he's just this little fluffy guy. Hey Milkshake, how you doing, man? This is a rooster. How you doing? He has extra toes. He's pretty cool. He's got funky feet, man. He's got like 2 extra toes on each foot. How you doing, Milkshake? He's like, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. He's a silky rooster, so his feathers are very soft. But he's a really nice guy. But he's got tiny dog syndrome, so he thinks he's like this big 10-pound rooster, even though he's just a little guy. You thought chickens would be off balance with 2 legs. No artificial I get for old. Not sure if I understand that one. How does Cookie walk? Cookie hops. Cookie hops. So Cookie does not ever get out in the main area just because he can't really fend for himself. We rotate him through so he's in a different kennel all the time. So he's got basically a different view and different mental stimulation, and he can take a dirt bath. But today he's up in this big wood cage and he just hops around. I mean, he, of course, I don't want to say that he doesn't have the stamina, but he wears himself out much quicker. So he hops a little bit and then he lays down and takes a break, and then he gets up and he hops some more, and he takes a break and then he hops some more. But as you can see, he's got plenty of attitude, and he's a very nice boy. Yes, Cookie. Yes, Cookie, you are the nicest guy. He's like, yes, I will put my head down and you can scratch my neck. So you can see he just kind of hops around. We have to be diligent in making sure that Cookie always has very clean and very, very dry bedding. Like everybody gets clean, dry bedding once or twice a day, depending on how much rain we have. But with Cookie, we're very, very, very diligent because we have to make sure that his good foot doesn't ever have an injury, because he doesn't have a spare anymore. They look so happy. Yep, that's the goal, Nature. That's the goal, is to keep everybody as happy as possible. Hey, Frida. Is it Frida? Am I saying that right? Maybe it's Frida. Do the birds here have a mate? They do. They do. So the chickens don't really have a preferred rooster. Any rooster works for them. They're cool about that. The geese, however, do. Right now, these are all of these geese here are all males. And all of these geese over here are all females. But as you can see, I have a lot more males than females. And because it's mating season, we're at the tail end of mating season, actually. The boys pay the girls too much attention. And if I just had one male goose and like 5 or 6 female geese, that would not be a big deal. But because there's so many boys, it's just too much on the girls, so we separate them now. However, so for, hey, Flip Flop, where are you, Flip Flop? This is Pumpkin right here. Pumpkin. How you doing, Pumpkin? Flip Flop. Flip Flop's down. Flip Flop's over there. I don't know if y'all can see him. He's way over here. Anyway, I'll show you Flip Flop's girlfriend. Flip Flop, Flip Flop and Henry both kind of have this little trio with Zorro. Zorro is their girl, and they all kind of stay as a trio. This is Zorro here, and she's a little cranky because she's trying to lay an egg, and Holiday's over here pestering her. You see her, she's telling Holiday not to mess with her. And of course, Holiday's going to try to mess with her because he's a turkey, and that's what they do. You see that? He's like, I'm going to figure out how to peck you. And Zorro's like, you better stay away from me. So this is Flip Flop and Henry's lady. You see how her back is all black? When her wings are in their normal position, you can't even tell that. But she's a gorgeous bird. And she is either just laid an egg or she's getting ready to lay an egg whenever Holiday stops harassing her. And she's telling me that I better not mess with her. All right, and then so this here is, this is Victoria here, and then this is Elizabeth here, and they are Sunny's girls. So this one over here that's honking really loud is Sunny. This one right here, this is Sunny. And so those 2 girls I showed you, those are his girls. And then the other girls don't really have like a bonded mate. They will accept most any of the other males, but they don't have like this bonded mate. I guess they do prefer Pumpkin and Buddy over the bachelors. And then so this one right here that's snoozing, you see her, she's falling asleep. That's Gimp. She's snoozing. And that's Maverick right there, going over to mess with her. And then so India doesn't really have like a specific bonded mate either. Not to say that they don't mate, but like Sunny right here, all he wants all day is to get to his ladies. We actually make sure his night enclosure is right next to his ladies so that they can have some social time. Can I show us the reptiles? We can look at the reptiles when we go inside. I keep them inside. They're just it's a bunch of ball pythons. It's not anything exotic. It's just a handful of ball pythons. Cookie is healthy looking. Well, yeah, I think so. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, we, heaven knows we have put a lot of effort into keeping that bird alive and healthy. His vet bills exceeded $2,000. But thankfully, our community, our community here on YouTube is very new over the last couple of months. We were blessed and now have over 30,000 subscribers here. But I've got, a large community on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. And so we received a lot of donations and people really helped us out with Cookie. And the result of that is he gets to live his best life. He gets that and that's such a rare opportunity for a rooster like that because his vet that treated him initially for the leg infection told us to put him to sleep. Because his vet truly believed there was no way he could thrive with one leg, but he is. But it takes a lot of extra effort and time every day for Cookie. He's not like, these guys are pretty well hands off. You just open the cage door, you throw some food down, clean their bedding, and you're good to go. But Cookie requires bandage changes, and He requires help staying clean because he doesn't have the balance. He has difficulty cleaning himself, so we do help clean him. You know, he does take dust baths, but he doesn't have all the leg to kick it up on him. So he will occasionally have mite issues, but those are easy to control. But it's just, those are all little things that you have to do to make sure he stays healthy and has a good quality of life. And so that's what we do for him. But we are not really strangers to having special needs birds. We've had several special needs animals in the past. They take a lot of time, but it's very rewarding. Do the geese mate for life? Yes, generally they do. That's not to say that if one loses their mate, they won't take another. I don't know for sure. I think that's like a case-by-case base, but as long as their preferred mate is around, they will stay with them. I do not sell any birds. We don't do anything to exploit the animals. We don't sell their eggs. We don't consume their eggs. All of the board members on the sanctuary are vegan. So we don't use any animal products in our lives. So all of the eggs that all of these birds produce, as you can imagine, living on a sanctuary with 70 animals, most of which are birds, we get duck eggs, goose eggs, emu eggs, chicken eggs, guinea fowl eggs, even get the occasional cockatoo eggs. And the eggs are all fed back to the birds because an egg, when it is laid and in that state, it is essentially 99.9% chicken food. It is meant to be food for a baby chicken to sustain itself on as it develops. And so you can just feed that back to the regular chickens, and it's full of healthy fats and proteins and things like that. And it cuts down on our feed language. What do I know about bird body language? How do you know? So that just comes with experience and working with the animal. I'm not really good at like vocalizing or putting that into words. But like I can tell, like right now, he's anxious. I mean, to me, that seems obvious. He's anxious. And the reason he's anxious is because his ladies are over there ignoring him. And the only thing on his mind, he has one thing and one thing only on his mind, is just getting closer to his girls. That's why this swimming pool is here, is to encourage his ladies to come over and visit him. Now, in about a month or so, we will put him back with his girls, and he will be with them all of the time. And so right now, Holiday is putting off what is essentially a mating display. I mean, at the crux of it, that's what that is. And he is trying to romance my boots because for whatever reason, he's had a shoe fetish his whole life. He also likes buckets, feed bags, and any kind of upside down container because he's a freak like that. It's kind of funny. You know, you look at this guy here. This is Pumpkin. He's pretty content right now, just cleaning up. He's pretty happy. Looks like a happy guy. And I don't know who that is. I can't tell from this far back who that is. But he's just chilling. That might be one of my bachelors. I call them the bachelors because they don't have any girlfriends. Who is that right there? Who is that? That looks like... Okay, so that's Steve. This is Steve right here. He's just snacking. Really, reading bird behavior is far more important with like my parrots, my cockatoos. And you just kind of learn to read their facial expressions because if they're irritated, you don't want to mess with them because they can dish out a pretty solid bite. Like right here, I got this bite earlier today. I don't know if y'all can see it right there, what's left of it. That's not too bad. That was a pretty mild bite. I deserved it. I was asking for it because I was playing around with one of my smaller parrots. Just kind of quote unquote roughhousing as much as you really can with a bird. You can't really roughhouse with a parrot too much, but her version of it anyway. And she got overstimulated and just bit me. It was 100% on me. I was asking for it and I got what I asked for. But, you know, it just comes with experience. I've had some form of a bird for 30 years, probably 28 years, maybe. And just over all of those decades, you just kind of learn what to expect out of them. It's like some things are so subtle you don't even know how to describe them, and it's just something you gain through experience. Like working with the emus, I never feel threatened by the emus, but I have guests come here, I give tours, and some people are very excited and want to actually go in. Like, I don't know if you can see this emu right there, you see her? They want to go in and visit with the emus, and I give them a briefing and I let them know flat out that while they are generally docile birds, you never know until it's too late. And so like when I'm in there with them, I'm on like high alert because both of my emus are female and they're territorial. And I can just kind of tell based on their body language whether they are accepting of the new visitor or they're not happy about the new visitor. And I just don't know how to put it into words to tell you exactly what it is that triggers that triggers me to say, hey, this bird's not happy. I guess I would have to demonstrate it on a video. But anyway. Hey Wes, I don't sell anybody. I don't sell birds. We don't use them for their flesh. These are living sentient beings and we allow them to live out their lives happily here. They live out their natural lives here in a safe place for them. Does Cookie like the doctor? No. Cookie does not like the doctor because when Cookie goes to the doctor's always doing mean things to him as far as he's concerned. Like he doesn't even like to be picked up because he was like, you know, for like a whole year, he was constantly being poked and prodded and treated for something or another. As you can imagine, and he has a limited ability to understand that it was for his well-being. And so he gets really nervous, but he's a good boy and he behaves well for the doctor, but it does make him nervous. His doctor loves him though. He has a very wonderful doctor. Her name is Dr. Musa, and she is with East York Veterinary Clinic, and she is just, I'm a huge fan. Let's just put it that way. What's going on, Victoria? What's going on, lady? What do I do with the eggs? We feed the eggs back to the birds. It's good bird food, full of healthy fats and proteins. And it's just that much less bird food I have to buy. Is that Elizabeth over there? I can't always tell from this side because she looks so much like Gimp. I think that's Lizzie. Hey, Lizzie, is that you? Yeah, that's Lizzie. That's Lizzie. Yeah, that's Lizzie. I see you. Look at you. Aren't you adorable? Elizabeth, we love you. Do I ever get swans? Swan is absolutely my dream bird. But I don't have any water on the property. You know, the best I can do are these little wading pools here. And that's plenty, that's enough for the geese. But a swan to be happy needs an actual, they need a pond. A swan needs, and not just like a little pond. They need like, you know, I was actually researching this the other day because I was trying to figure out like on this property, like my brother-in-law just bought a brand new excavator. So he's got this great big excavator so he could actually build a pond for me. And they actually recommend a minimum of a 1/4 acre, which I could do. A 1/4 acre and at least 3 feet deep, which I would probably make it deeper than that. I think if I was going to go that route, I would stock it with fish and stuff just because I think that's cool. But that would be a huge undertaking. But a swan is actually my dream animal. I love swans. I think they're beautiful. Like if you grabbed my phone and went through my shorts feed on my YouTube, like literally 2 out of 3 videos is either swans or Canada geese or something like that. That's all I ever watch is waterfowl videos. I love swans. I think they're so magnificent. They're just such magnificent creatures. Had no idea about the eggs being fed back to them. Yeah, and you know what? I had no idea either until, I don't remember. I was researching it or something, but Man, first time I gave the chickens the eggs, they attacked it. They eat the shell and everything. The hens do. The roosters don't usually eat the shells, but the hens will eat the shells because it replaces their calcium. You know, these birds, it is not natural for a chicken to lay an egg every day. This is Karen right here. She's digging for some most delicious bugs. It is not natural for a chicken to lay an egg every day. They're supposed to lay a couple of dozen eggs a year, and then that's it. And so most of your chickens these days, they only get a few weeks off when they're molting. When they're molting, they'll stop laying, and then when they're done growing in new feathers, they'll start laying eggs again. And egg production will also slow down in the winter, but they do still produce an egg every day or two. And that's not natural. And so it robs their bodies of calcium, and they start having problems when they get older. So even as younger chickens, we are constantly, they always have oyster shells available to them, but we also feed their eggshells back to them. And that's how, 99% of the eggs that are laid here are healthy with a good thick shell. And I think that's because we're always giving them their calcium back. And that's the best calcium to give them is their own calcium because it's already, from them. Turkey. Yeah, you want to see Holiday? Where's Holiday? That's Holiday. This is Holiday. Holiday is very popular on our channel. Aren't you, Holiday? He's got like a mini cult following over on TikTok. It's kind of funny. You can always tell when his fans jump on. Holiday, are you just the best boy? Huh? Why do some of the geese have bumps above their beaks? That's just the breed. It's called a knob. Like this is Henry. He's got the biggest knob. Henry is a Chinese goose. And so they have, the males especially have larger knobs. The females will have knobs, but they're not quite as big. And then this is Buddy Goose. Oh, not Buddy, I'm sorry. This is Sunny. Sunny has a small, well, it's like a short, wide knob. His is a lot like flip-flops. And then this right here is Pumpkin. He's kind of in the middle. He's got like a medium-sized knob. And then if we go over and look at the girls, you'll see they don't really have them. In all fairness, these girls here are Ebden geese, and they don't really have knobs anyway. This is a German breed of goose. But these guys do have some Chinese goose genetics, but they still, like this one here, Maverick does kind of have a knob. Maverick has a bit of a knob. But these girls, this is Gimp. She doesn't really have much of anything to speak of, and neither does India. She's got a little one, I guess. A little bit. She's so pretty. India, you're so pretty. She's like, whatever. Talk to the goose butt. I'm going over here to get some of this tasty mud water. Even though I've got nice ferment water here, I'm gonna go eat this mud water. Nothing makes a goose or a duck happier than a nice mud puddle. They do imprint on their caretakers. Yeah, I love ostrich. Ostrich is another bird I'd like to have. I kind of have mini ostriches now in the form of emus. They're both ratites, although, fun fact, emus have 3 toes, ostrich only have 2. But I don't know if I would ever have an ostrich on this property. Once again, it comes down to the difficulty of installing adequate fencing. So all of this flat space you see here, I've actually made this. This used to, you kind of see there's like a hill right here. It kind of drops off where that goose is laying down. This used to drop off like 10 feet straight down here. I've been filling this in over the years with wood chips and cleaning out their cages and dumping it here. And so we've brought all of this area up to make this usable quote unquote pasture area. It's not really pasture, I don't have any grass, but maybe one day for all of the animals so we just have more room for them. But the property is just difficult to put fencing on because it's all woods. Every post hole you have to dig, you're digging through huge roots. So anything that requires complex fencing, I just don't mess with it. You're sorry I'm hurt though from the bird biting me. I'm getting, it's just the nature of the business, when you work with this many animals. It doesn't really bother me though. I mean, I don't really ever get seriously injured, but you get bit. I didn't have to. I was playing with the bird. I was having a good time. She was having a good time, but she decided to dial it up a little bit. And she didn't draw any blood, which is nice. It's just I just got these little indents there. It's not anything major. It was almost a non-event. Now, if my Moluccan cockatoo bites me, then I'm bleeding. That bird can remove digits. He's got a lot of power. What is your name? My name is Lauren. Thank you. I don't even know how to. What's your name? Oh, I'm gonna call you O because that's your first initial. I appreciate your blessing. Do the birds know any tricks? Do they respond to calls? Yes. So do they respond to calls? Yes. So Flip Flop and Henry, I don't know that they'll do it now because they see me and I'm right here and they're all just kind of chilling. But like if I'm up in the house and I call them, they answer back. And I can tell the difference between Henry's voice and Flip Flop's voice. And the same with Sonny. Sonny has a different call though. He doesn't usually respond to me. He just kind of makes his call when he feels like it. Holiday will often reply to a gobble with another gobble. So if I gobble at him, I don't know that he would do it now because I'm standing right here. But if I was further away, he will often reply. He does not gobble as much now as he used to when we had another Tom named Tom. His name was Tom. He was an elderly gentleman who got sick this past spring and passed away. If he had been younger, he probably would have survived it, but he was a senior citizen, and you know how that goes. And ever since Holiday lost his friend, because that was his friend, he has just not gobbled anywhere near as often. It's kind of sad, really, but he's bounced back pretty well. He was pretty depressed for a few weeks. You could tell he was depressed. He wouldn't display very much, and he just wouldn't gobble at all. It was really sad. The parrots know tricks. Beauregard plays dead. Like you can, just like a dog, you can go bang and Beauregard just falls upside down. It's kind of funny. So they have, I don't know that I would call them tricks, but they have normal behavior patterns, like with Rudy. If I go and I approach Rudy to take him out of his night enclosure and I go like this to grab him, he'll shy away. But if I go like this and I put my arm in there, he'll actually come up and hug me. It's really night enclosure. Sorry, I'm getting kind of stuffy here. But if I go to take him out of his night enclosure and I put my arm out like I want to hug, he'll actually walk up and hug into my shoulder for me to pick him up. It's really pretty cool. Whew. So congested today, guys. Sorry about that. I know I sound like a mess. Do geese bite hard? They can, but don't usually. My geese don't usually bite hard, but they certainly have the power in their beaks. They have ridges that are made out of cartilage on the top and bottom of their beak that can be pretty sharp. They're not really teeth. They're actually they're made out of the similar material as their beak. And if they get you right, like they can leave big welts on you. Usually the males have a stronger bite. It's really their wings that you have to watch out for, not really their bite though, because they can flog you with their wings and they can hit you hard enough to like break the small bones in your hand. So you have to be careful with that. But all of my geese are used to being handled, so I don't really deal with aggression that often. A little bit more in mating season. So I believe I just answered both of those questions about how hard do they bite. So let's go pester Zorro. We'll do a demonstration. I usually don't pester her while she's on the nest, but we can do it. Because she really shouldn't be sitting. We can go see if she's got an egg. Oh, she's done. She's not on the nest anymore. Did you lay an egg? Did you lay an egg? Huh? So see, these are very little nibbles. So this is nothing, She's just giving me little nibbles. She's like, don't touch me, human. Keep your filthy human hands to yourself. And stay away from my nest. Don't mess with my nest. I don't know if we got an egg or not. Let's look and see. Nope. Oh, yeah. Oh, Oh, there's two. Oh. Hold on a second. Y'all still see me or did you lose me? I got a warning here. So we'll put these, this is the egg bucket. So apparently she laid one yesterday and I didn't catch it. Hopefully y'all didn't lose the signal too much, but you can kind of see. Now the males, see, she was biting to tell me to stay away. The males bite, if they bite, it's more of an aggressive than a defensive bite. And it is a much harder bite. But again, it's not like they're gonna rip a finger off or anything like that. It's not like on the scale of bites on the sanctuary, it's not that big of a deal. I would much rather get bitten by 100 geese than a single cockatoo. Hello, Salon. Welcome to the live. Our chickens don't lay every day. We usually have 8 chickens, but only get 3 eggs a day max. They've got, well, how old are your chickens? So a young chicken, I mean, it also depends on the breed too now. Okay, so different breeds of chickens will lay, but like the more common breeds for like egg laying lay an egg every 25, 26 hours, something like that. So that's what I mean when I say every day. But there are breeds that will lay less frequently. And then as they get some age on them, so like when they get to be 3 and 4 years old, egg production definitely slows down. But if you have a younger bird that's in their first to second year, and they are more of a breed that has been bred specifically for egg laying, they will lay daily. Yeah, this is Holiday. This is Holiday. Welcome to the live, Elizabeth. You love Holiday and Elizabeth? Yeah. Yeah, Elizabeth is responsible for probably 90% of the followers we have across all social media. She's a very popular goose lady. Where is she? I think that's Tori right there just chilling. Elizabeth, where are you? Oh, here she is. She's right in front of my face. Hello, Elizabeth. How you doing? My beautiful lady. My most beautiful goose lady. Look at that blue eye. Look at those eyes. This goose has me wrapped around her little feather, and she gets whatever she wants whenever she wants it. Hi, Riot. Welcome to the live. But this goose, she's treated like a star around here. And I don't know what it is. I think it's her face. Like whenever I'm carrying a pitcher of food, even though she's not supposed to have straight corn, we prefer her to eat her special goose food that we make up for her. She's the only one that can get snacks whenever she wants them. I think it's just because she's such a sweetheart. She's a very nice bird. She came to us with her sister Victoria, and they were both very, very sick when we got them. They had been sitting on a nest of infertile eggs for almost 2 months. They'd lost a lot of weight. I didn't even think they were going to survive by the time we got them. They were very sick. I'm surprised they survived. They were so emaciated. They were light as a feather. They felt like just a pile of bones. Oh my goodness, Sonny. Vitamin C is great for allergies. Take a high strength vitamin tablet. Yeah, I'm really bad about staying on top of my vitamins. I do eat a good diet though. I eat a vegan diet with lots of fruits and veggies. But I really probably, I don't think I think what I have now is probably a combination of allergies. And then I just went through we had some kind of bug in my family. Like I was legit sick as a dog at the beginning of this week. And so I'm just getting on the other side of that. And I think that's mainly why I'm super congested. I'm still dealing with a lot of sinus issues from that. It was no fun, by the way. And zinc, yep. Thank you, Christine. Do I like donkeys or horses? I do. I grew up with horses. When I was a little kid, up until I was, I want to say like 11 years old or so, my parents had horses. And then my sister had donkeys for a while. I thought they were pretty cool too. I like them both. Do the birds ever get broody and hatch babies? Yes. Well, they get broody. I don't let them hatch any babies. We are a sanctuary. And so, as much as I love babies, and I would absolutely love to have baby geese every single year, or baby chickens, or baby guinea fowl, or any baby birds. I love baby birds. Um, I am constantly turning away people's requests for me to take on animals because I'm not going to take on any animal that I can't care for properly. And I have to be able to buy feed for these guys. I have to be able to, buy straw. Their bedding is replaced daily or sometimes twice a day if necessary. And then veterinary care, I have to keep a slush fund in case somebody gets sick and I have to take them to an emergency vet. And so, right now we care for about 70 animals, and it's a challenge to raise enough funding for that. Right now, I'll mention it while we're on the live, since I'm talking about it, is we do have a feed fundraiser going right now. We are a certified 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we run completely off of donations. And every time I buy feed, I do a feed run every 6 weeks. I go about 45 minutes away to an Amish market because that's where I can afford the feed. For example, a bag of feed there is about $15, whereas here it's about $22. Big difference. And I buy about $750 worth of feed at a time. And so we are currently raising funds for that because our feed supply is getting low. So if anybody would like to donate or support our channel, there are several ways you can do that. The one way you can do it without spending a dime is just sharing our videos, liking our videos, sharing our videos, and watching our videos. All go to gaining us additional exposure. And our goal is to eventually be able to monetize the channel so we can earn revenue from ads that YouTube shows on our videos. That would go a long way. I don't know when that's going to happen. There are certain criteria you have to meet. I thought we were going to get there this time. One of the ways you can do it is by getting 10 million short views in a 90-day period. And we are going to fall just short of that at close to 8 million, which is unfortunate. And the other way is you can get 4,000 watch hours on your long format videos. And we have almost 1,400 views, but you have a whole year to do that. And so every day, views that happened a year ago don't count anymore, and new views do. So I don't know when it's going to happen, but that would be great. Another way is we have a Patreon. All of this stuff's available. If you go into any of my long format videos, all of our links are in there. Or you can just go to our website, which is flipflopsanimalsanctuary.org. We take donations through PayPal and Cash App and Venmo. And we have an Amazon wish list where you can send like Tractor Supply gift cards if you want. And then we have, I already said Patreon. So there's different ways to donate. Or like I said, if you're not able to donate, you can, like I said, just watch videos and like the videos and share the videos with friends or in different Facebook groups, and all of that stuff contributes to the sanctuary as well. But that's it for my commercial. That's it for the fundraising commercial portion of our live stream. So let's see. I love how Holiday appears where you are. He loves you. Yeah, he's a stalker. I call him a stalker. I don't know. He might be. I'm kind of in the middle here, so he might still be over here if he hasn't figured out. No, he's still over here. He's my stalker. I call him a stalker. If he was over here with me, he would be under my feet the whole time. As I walk around, he follows me everywhere. If I let him out, he'll come up on the front porch and peck at the front door to come in the house because he wants to come inside. Especially when it's a hot day and the air conditioning's on, he loves to come in the house. Elizabeth is a character. And she does good. Well, that was India in that one video. India, Elizabeth will take on any egg, but India is the egg thief. And that's her right there in the pool. That pool's supposed to be empty. That's the snack pool. That's where we dump all of the food scraps from the house. So she's noshing on some lettuces, and I think there's some watermelon. Yeah, she's working on some watermelon rind. This is the resident egg thief. She specializes in stealing turkey eggs to sit on. But she doesn't discriminate. She'll sit on chicken eggs and guinea fowl eggs too. It doesn't matter. And geese make very good moms, but Where is she? Where is she? Turkeys make the best moms of all. This right here, even though she's a grumpy old lady, which she is a grumpy old lady, she has earned that right. She is at the top of the pecking order on the sanctuary, like the top. There is no bird that sits above her. She mothers everybody, and she is the best mom. She has raised, we were basically a hobby farm that took on rescues all the time. But the difference between a hobby farm and a sanctuary, aside from nonprofit status, is a hobby farm will hatch out animals, whereas a sanctuary will not. But in her earlier years, she raised up guinea fowl and chickens. And if it's the right time of the year and somebody brings me a baby, sometimes I can get her to adopt them. It just depends. I'm very cautious with her now because she's so old. She is showing some signs of being a little bit senile. She's definitely crankier than she used to be, but she is overall healthy. She did give us a scare this spring. She got some kind of virus, but we took her to the vet, and the vet gave her some medication, and thankfully she was able to pull through that because she certainly had us worried. You don't really know the breeds, but we usually have a group of them for like 5 years, and it's a mix of older and younger hens. Yeah, well, you can have barnyard mixes too. They can be a little bit of this and a little bit of that too. Like here, this guy is really easy to tell. He is a Rhode Island Red. This is Rudy, my Rudy boy. This is my favorite rooster. I love this rooster so much. He is the nicest, most docile bird you will ever meet. Okay, so that's Rudy. He's a Rhode Island Red. And I've always had good luck with Rhode Island Red roosters. They've always been very docile. And then this is a Leghorn rooster. This is Foghorn Leghorn. So he's a foghorn, the Leghorn. He is a mild temperament. We don't know how old he is. He's a shelter rooster, but you can tell by his comb. With this particular breed, their comb grows more and more every year. So you can tell by the size of his comb that he is an elderly gentleman. Also, his wattles will grow every year. That's the skin hanging down off of his chin. And he's a mild-mannered. I mean, he has been known to come after the people, but it's rare, and it's usually more of a misunderstanding than an act of aggression. You're more at risk of meeting his ornery side if it's at dusk when he can't see very well. Birds, these guys don't see well in the dark, so if we're out here in the dusk and you startle him, his fight or flight will kick in, and it's usually fight. Especially if he feels cornered. And then this guy right here is friendly. He's a buff. He's a buff rooster. And these guys are not barnyard mixes. Well, I don't know about him, but because they came from feed stores, they were feed store surrenders. I got a little bit of dizziness going on. I guess it's because of the head cold or whatever it was. This is Clucky. I don't know what kind of rooster he is. He's got a rose comb, but he's very pretty. He's medium-mannered. He will go after some people, and some people he won't. That's not a rooster at all. That's Sage the duck. She's just getting over a pretty severe neck injury that we were able to save her from. Who is this? This is Onyx. I do not know what his breed is. I'd have to look it up. And this noise box right here is Marmalade. That's not a rooster at all. And then this is Big Bird over here. Again, I have got no idea what kind of rooster Big Bird is. I don't know what kind of rooster that is. And then that's Fancy. Fancy, I think, is a barnyard mix. I think he's got a little Americana in him, maybe, but I'm not sure. And then Cookie is a Barred Rock. This is for those that haven't seen Cookie yet. Cookie is a Barred Rock, my one-legged rooster. Who's just chilling right here. He's very pretty. But those are the roosters. Hey, Judy. That's my sister. That's my sister in here. I guess Mom's down at your place by now, huh? I don't know what hours Hershey is. I don't know what you're saying there. I have no idea what that is. Thank you, Sophie. I appreciate you. You know, Elizabeth, you're the second person that said a GoFundMe. Maybe I will. I've had mixed results with GoFundMe in the past. I can set up a GoFundMe if you think that it would be better. I tried to add, apparently you can add a donate button to your YouTube channel, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. Like, I was going through the help articles and I didn't have the options that the help articles said to do. Like, they would say, go to this menu and click on this. And I didn't have any of that. And I chatted with their support. And I don't know if there's any truth to this or if I was just getting someone who was trying to get me away, trying to get rid of me or whatever. But they were saying it was only available, like it was a new program they were rolling out. Oh, I don't know. But I could try to do a GoFundMe again. Maybe I will. But like, I try to make it easy for people to donate. So like, we take pretty much every donation avenue that would be common. So I take Venmo, I take Cash App, I take PayPal. We have an Amazon wish list. We even have a Chewy wish list if you'd like to do that. We have a mailing address in the bottom of all of our long format videos if you prefer to send a check. For people that like to support us on an ongoing basis, that's really helpful because it allows us to budget for things. We have Patreon, and you can join our Patreon for as little as $1 a month. And if you don't like Patreon, some people don't like Patreon, you can set the same thing up with PayPal. We have a couple of people that do a reoccurring monthly donation through PayPal, and all of that stuff really helps. I mean, if you think about it, $1 a month isn't even probably what you lose in the dryer in change, but it's cumulative here. You know, we get a few hundred people donating $1 a month, that adds up. But I might set up a GoFundMe. You're like the second person who's mentioned GoFundMe. And we do have a larger following now, so that might work a little better. We've had mixed results with it in the past. Not like with the company specifically. We don't have any problems with them. It's just sometimes the fundraiser goes well, and then other times it doesn't. Yeah, Elizabeth, we have a wish list. We have it on Amazon. And we have a Chewy wish list. But most people do the Amazon wish list, and anything on that list is something that we need at some point or another. We do manage the priorities on there. So like you can say, hey, this is a high priority need. This is a low priority need. You know, so we've got all kinds of stuff on there. Also, if you just want to get something that's very general from the wish list, Amazon gift cards are great. You know, we buy toys for the cockatoos, like enrichment toys from the cockatoos from Amazon. We buy some of the bird medication, like the vitamin supplements that we give them, and like, you know, wound spray and bandage material. We buy all that on Amazon. So you can get Amazon gift cards there. You can also do Tractor Supply gift cards from the Amazon wish list. So we have all that stuff up there. You love ducks, Kim. Let's go see some ducks. I've got ducks. Look, she's kind of hanging out with me. That's Lurky Girl. That's my baby. Let's go find some ducks. Oh, you want to see Bert and Ernie? Let's go see Puddles. I've got a bunch of ducks. I should show you the baby ducks. We have baby ducks. Well, I would say juvenile at this point. Hello, Puddles. Puddles is a shelter duck. He has a very sad beginning of the life story, but he has a happy end of life story, or so it shall be, because he gets to live out his life on sanctuary. He has some leg deformities due to a neglectful human who did not give him the proper diet as a baby, so his legs bow out, and he also had angel wing when we got him, but because he was so young, we were able to correct his angel wing. Both problems stem from improper nutrition, from people getting ducks and not knowing how to care for them properly, thinking they can just give them chicken food, which you can't. But now you can see his one leg there bows inward. That leg curves in. But thankfully, we did a lot of bracing with him for several months, and we were able to get it to curve just enough to where he can walk on it, which unfortunately for his brother was not the case, and his brother passed away at the ripe old age of about 7 or 8 months due to the same issues that were more severe. And this is Bert and Ernie. These guys were adopted from a local daycare facility that got them, raised them, and then they were in an HOA and people complained, which I don't know why, because it's not like they make a lot of noise or anything. People just being Karens, you know, jerks. But Bert and Ernie are fixtures here. We love them both, and they are living their lives out here on Sanctuary. Okay, that's it for Puddles, Bert, and Ernie. And these guys are rotated in and out, but they spend a lot of time up right now just because it's mating season. And we don't have a whole lot in the way of females like Rosemary here. This is Rosemary. She was, we actually adopted her from another animal sanctuary that just was over capacity and they needed to place some birds. And she came all the way to Maryland from Ohio. She was, the animal rescue out there had saved her from a local water treatment facility where she had been dumped with a bunch of other domestic ducks. So that's Rosemary. And then this is Sage. Sage has the same story as Rosemary, came from the same place. Sage had a pretty nasty neck wound this past spring, which thankfully we were able to treat her for. She required daily bandage changes for almost 2 months. She has been able to regrow the skin on the back of her neck, but it is very thin. And since during mating season especially, that's where the males will grab her. We don't want to risk additional injury. She has no feathers really on the other side of her neck. And so she stays over here. She does get out in the mornings. Every morning she gets to get out and run around with her girls for about an hour. But then she goes up to just protect her. And then I've got an aging pekin flock. These are my pekin ducks. These are all feed store surrenders, and these guys are much older. I would say these guys are around 7 years old or so, give or take. About 7-ish. So this is Dick Duck, named for her personality. That's Rebel, also named. And then in the background there, their gentleman is Blue. His name is Blue. And he's a great, big, handsome guy. Let's go visit him. Great, big, handsome man. Aren't you, Blue? Blue he's low-key one of my favorite birds. Look at that drake feather. Look at the drake feather, y'all. Blue. He is a gentleman. And I love the head bob. Yes, Blue, I love the head bob. You are a handsome guy. This guy here is Picasso. He's a psycho. Think Hannibal Lecter. And he will try to kill anything and everything that moves. But in all fairness to him, he was a shelter rooster. And we have no idea what kind of abuse he has been exposed to in his life. It's very common for that to happen. Yo, what's up, Sir Kitty? So, you know, you have to have some compassion for him because you just don't know what he's been through. This is Sir Kitty. She was actually listed as a feral cat, but as you can see, she's pretty nice. She's a nice lady. What? Did I rub you the wrong way? She's a little skittish of me right now because I had to scruff her the other day because she had a tick right on her eyelid and I had to pull that tick off. So she's pretty mad at me about that. But as you can see, I think she's forgiven me for the most part. Oh, you work for Amazon. Shanta, I appreciate you. Oh, here comes my resident helper. This is my niece. That's Hannah Banana. What's up, Hannah Banana? You mean inside? Yeah. I'll check it out when I come in. We're doing a live stream right now, sweetheart. You're welcome to hang out here. Is Cody and Bo, Cody's not out, is she? No. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome to hang out here if you want. I'm just doing a live stream. I got a lot of people watching the video on the live.
Whenever you're online, Nana watched you.
Yeah. I think your mom might still be on here somewhere. Your mom was watching a little while ago. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate your compliment. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hi, chicken guys. Hey, Rebecca. Your Sean is the top of the pecking order. She has all the dogs under her control. It's her garden and her turf. Yep. Sounds about right. Birds are very brave beings for the most part. You can see in Lurky Turkey's eyes that she's top dog. Yes, she is. She is the boss lady. Nobody messes with her. Well, that's not true. Every once in a while, Bert the duck will challenge her because he is a very aggressive duck, but he never comes out on top. He's very stubborn. I often have to break them up because neither one of them will step down. And I worry about her just because I don't want her to overexert herself because she's an old lady. We got to take good care of her. But she's pretty hormonal right now because it is turkey mating season. She seems to go in season a little later than everyone else. Hey, lady. My beautiful girl. Yes.
Actually, ever since I gave her that piece of lettuce, she hasn't tried to come after me at all.
Oh yeah, did you make friends with her? You better careful. She's talking trash to you right now.
Seriously?
Yeah, she's talking trash to you right now. That's some trash talk. You better watch it. When you pet her, Hannah, when you pet Lurky, especially this time of the year, pet her here. Okay? And you can pet her up here, but don't really pet her on her back too much.
Why?
Because that's something her boyfriend would do. And that might be why she's getting hot and bothered right now. Also, I don't think she likes your shoes.
My shoes? What's wrong with
Come
them?
here. Just chill out. Just chill out. And that goes for all the birds, honey. When especially during mating season, pet them on their breast, pet them on their head, but don't really pet them on their back so much. Free Rudy. So Rudy is a very nice bird. Come here. Hi, Rudy. Rudy is a very, very, very nice bird. And he gets his day out with everybody, but we only have a limited number of hens, and we already have a rooster out today. And we only let one rooster out at a time because it's just too much for the ladies. It's too much rooster for the ladies. And so we just rotate them out, and every rooster gets out every week or so. Here, let me close this up, sweetie. Once a week or so, but they also get rotated around. So the roosters aren't stuck in the same old pen every day. So they get a different view and they get different space and they get different obstacles. And some of the enclosures have dust baths in them. So different days they can have access to a dust bath. But it's really just the best we can do for them. And we feel like that falls under the a positive life experience versus the alternative, which was nobody to take them because nobody wanted them.
She likes me.
In a perfect world, I would have the space and be able to I would love to put up like a bunch of aviaries where I could let the roosters stay in different aviaries. But we're just not there yet. We've only been a sanctuary for a few years. We're still building a following. We're still building a community of, regular supporters. We're definitely better off now than we were when we started. And that's just something that will come with time. As we get more people on our Patreon or through our PayPal reoccurring donations, as that happens, that will allow us the funding to buy larger enclosures or, construct larger enclosures. One of the things I was talking to my brother-in-law about was redoing this barn and running electricity to it because my brother-in-law has an excavator now and he also has a lumber mill, so he can actually mill the lumber for me. And he can, dig the trenches needed to run the electricity and things like that, which beforehand would not have been affordable. So that's a project that will probably be undertaken this year sometime, which will be really nice. And so when we reclaim the barn and get electricity to it, it won't really be the main area where the animals will stay, but we will be predator proofing the barn. And so it'll be a good place for like some of our elderly animals where we can put like heaters in there and keep them warm in the wintertime. But fun note about that barn, I built that barn with no construction experience at all when I was about 21 years old and I had a budget of $1,000. And that's $1,000 for all the hardware, all the wood, all the nails, all the pressure treated framing, all of that. And that's why it looks like crap, because I got a lot of this wood, a lot of the slab wood on the side I got for free. But anyway, I did the best I could with what I had at the time. I would love to have a swan one day. That would be cool. You want to see Fancy's tail? Let's go look at Fancy's tail.
Actually, Fancy's the one that we let out.
Yeah, Fancy's out. He's over here somewhere. He was hanging out over here. That's Flower right there clucking around.
I think she's with
Fancy boy.
Uncle. I think she's with
Yeah, I know. Flower has got a little bit of a limp. But it's not in her feet. We think it's probably in her hip or something.
I don't know why you named him Fancy.
There's Fancy's tail. Look at that. He's got a very full tail right now. Fancy.
I understand
Beautiful.
why you named him Fancy.
He is. He's super fancy. Fancy. Look at that tail, my guy. Look at all the white. He's getting so much white. That's essentially gray hair for a rooster. His brother, Coffee, had a lot of white in his tail. Look at all that iridescence there. Beautiful bird. He's like, I might be an old man, but I'm still a pretty boy. Oh, so you live in Europe? Okay. Oh, your breeds might be different in Europe. Yep, yep. You think Onyx is a black Australorp? If I even said that right? That might be. I've got no idea. I have no ground to stand on to argue. I've got no idea. He might be. He was a feed store surrender, and he was just in basically a big old tub full of chickens, but he was very sickly, so they surrendered him. Marmalade, you're very loud. You're very loud, Marmalade. But this is also one of our nicest roosters. I don't think Onyx has ever made an aggressive move towards another human in his life, not even once.
Not me.
He's got a perfect track record.
Never done it to me.
And he's nearsighted because he's only got his nearsighted eye. My friend, whoever's writing in Cyrillic or whatever that is, I don't understand what you're saying, but you're welcome to the live. I appreciate having you here. But I don't even know I don't even know what language that is. Pretty cool though.
Is it jibber jabber?
Oh, you got a new phone? So, Elizabeth, I do have sponsorships available on my Patreon. You can actually go there and sponsor a specific animal that you're like your favorite animal. Like you could go and sponsor Holiday. I'm pretty sure I have Elizabeth up there. You could actually go sponsor Elizabeth if you want. If there's a specific animal that you really love here and they're not on my Patreon, you just let me know and I can make a Patreon level for that animal. But I do on my Patreon. It's funny. I don't do, I guess I don't do the best job of talking about it, which is probably because I'm kind of new to fundraising and I'm a little uncomfortable with it. It's just kind of a necessary evil of the business that I have to do it. So I guess I just don't talk about it enough because so many people don't realize it, but you can go to our website at flipflopsanimalsanctuary.org. There's actually a Meet the Animals page where you can go and read a small backstory about many, not all, but many of the animals we care for here. And then you can go, I think it's on our homepage, is a place where you can click and go to our Patreon and you can see where you can do like general sponsorships, like we call it a friend of the sanctuary. I think that's around $10 a month. You can also do like a $3 tier. We have a $1 tier. You can sponsor specific chickens, ducks, or geese, or even Holiday if you want. So yeah, you can go check that out. But that's a good suggestion. Oh, that's cool. Sell like little goose teddies. You know, I get so many feathers. I've thought about sending those out to people. You like the chunky ducks? Those are the Pekin ducks that are chunky. Walmart duck. Holiday, what are you doing, man? Showing off. I've actually sorry, Elizabeth. I've actually wanted to do T-shirts and stuff. I'm really bad at designing shirts. I need to find an artist to do some artwork for me and make up some t-shirts. I would love to sell some t-shirts. That would be fun. I need to do an Elizabeth or Holiday t-shirt. I need to do that. Oh, I need to do that. I need to just sit down and try to figure out how to do like a little, I should do like a little Elizabeth shirt with a little angel wing hanging out the side. Because you know Lizzie's got this angel wing right here. Have a couple of eggs sitting underneath of her. Look at her. She looks like she's smiling. Doesn't she kind of look like she's smiling? Elizabeth. She's got that baby pooch. You see that baby pooch right there? That's for sitting on the eggs. She's like, okay, human, you don't have snacks. I'm walking away. Do I have any chickens that laid an egg in my lap? I had a chicken that would jump up on my workbench. She passed away, but I had a chicken that would jump up on my workbench in my workshop and lay eggs on my workbench. I have an emu. Let's see if we can see her from here. And she has actually laid eggs at my feet several times. I actually have a video of it. Yeah, you can see her. She's way back there. See her right there? That's an emu. And she will actually lay her eggs at my feet. It is a crazy experience to go through because they lay a very big egg.
I was once holding a chicken and she laid an egg right on my lap.
You had a chicken lay an egg on your lap before? I believe you. Where is Rosemary? Rosemary's right here. Where is Rosemary's mate? Rosemary's mate is, if you're asking about her mate, well, first of all, there's Rosemary enjoying some mud. That's her favorite thing to do, is get in the mud. And then this right here is one of her boyfriends. She actually accepts several boyfriends. She will accept this. She mostly is with Puddles. But occasionally she'll be with Bert and Ernie. But that's a lot of duck for one little duck. That's a lot of boys. They're up right now just because it is mating season, and they're just giving them too much attention. They do have access periodically, but for the most part, we keep them separated during this time of the year. Thank you, Sophie. I appreciate you. Is this a Rhode Island Red? This guy is. Rudy's a Rhode Island Red. Stargazer, what was your last chat? I think I did. Do I have any chickens that laid an egg on my lap? Sorry, I just take a while to get to the comments. I try to get through them all, but I just try to take my time with them. I don't try to rush through the comments. Also, your swan is hand reared from a day old. Oh, I am so jealous, Elizabeth. You don't know how jealous I am. I want a swan so bad. I don't even care what kind of swan. I mean, I'd like to have a black swan, but any kind of swan would just be awesome. I watch this one YouTube channel, and I don't even know what the channel name is because it's in like a Russian alphabet, but it's all just swan content. And I watch every video that person puts out. You've reared a lot of wildlife over the years, and the hand-raised ones are totally different. Yeah, I agree with you there. I agree. Oh, I never showed off. Someone was asking, said they love the ducks. I never showed the cute ducks. I mean, they're all cute ducks, but hold on. Look at these lazy cats. Look at these bums. Look at that bum. What's up, Fancy? He's like, I'm just hanging out. Somebody cleaned out a cage. That's a pile. The ducks love it when that happens.
I cleaned out that cage.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Look at these babies. These guys will be released into the wild because someone just brought them to us. We're actually working with a local wildlife rehabber that is over capacity. And so we're just helping them out a little bit right now. But they will be released as soon as they are full grown. And they were about a day, maybe two days old or so when they were brought to us. We think their mother got killed and the rest of their flock, or their, clutch mates or whatever you want to call it. But these little babies are adorable. Yes, and they do not like to be touched because we don't handle them at all, except to move them from one enclosure to the other. But aside from that, they are not handled because these will be wild ducks. Yes, babies. You're so cute, though. Yes, you are the adorable ducks. All right. Make sure you close this up behind me, Hannah. I need to talk about all my links on my lives so my viewers all know all about the details and can go sponsor an animal. Yeah, I appreciate that, Elizabeth. I appreciate people asking the question because then it makes me feel more comfortable talking about it. I'm just not the fundraiser guy. That's not my strong suit. I've always been very independent. Even before we had a sanctuary, and we were what I would consider a hobby farm. The vast majority of my animals were still rescues, but I just worked to fund it myself. But that was back when I cared for 30 animals and not 70. So nothing wrong with advertising your charity. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate that so much. How old are you now? How old am I now? I'm 40.
Seriously?
Yes. So seriously, thanks a lot. I got a seriously from that. Yes, I'm 40. Just ask my knees. My knees tell me every day. But yes, I'm 40 now. I'm actually closer. I'm closer to 41 than 40 now.
I thought you were way younger.
You thought I was way younger.
Yeah, like 30 something.
Well, I've got the maturity level of a 20-year-old. Does that help?
Huh?
Get different colored t-shirts, plain ones, and have a picture of all the different animals on them. Do a photo shoot with them and get some pictures of Elizabeth. Oh, that's a good idea. With a funny caption underneath. Okay. Yeah, I need to do something. I need to do some shirts. I've had several people ask for shirts. I almost had some hoodies made up, but the daggone place I was going to get the hoodies were out of the actual hoodie I wanted to have it printed on, and I just never got around to it. Oh. Let's see. My chicken Barbie just plopped down while I was reading, and out came. Oh, while you were reading, and out came her first egg. You've got a Barbie chicken too. I have a Barbie chicken. Where's Barbie? This is my Barbie chicken right here. Her name is Barbie. She was actually named by a friend. One of our Patreon sponsors named her. One of the benefits of being a Patreon is they often get to participate in naming. Oh, you miss her? I'm sorry. Yeah, these chickens, they find a way into your heart, don't they? Especially ones that you work with closely. Which one of these is not like the other? So this is Flower, the guinea bird, and she gets along with everyone. She is not your typical guinea fowl. Oh, you got too close to Raven. Raven was like too close, human.
Sorry.
Stay back, tiny human.
Okay, sorry.
We have you can come visit the sanctuary. We actually have an Airbnb. That's one of the ways that I help fund the sanctuary is the whole bottom level of my house I converted to an Airbnb. I actually have 2 Airbnb units in there. So yeah, you can come visit the sanctuary. There's not a whole lot else to do in the area, but we do get people that come and visit the sanctuary and stay for a couple days. If nothing else, I got some people that come here just to stay in the room and get away from the chaos of their everyday. And I know we could charge a fee. Wow, everyone's getting loud. I don't know what's up. I know we could charge a fee, but we do not charge a fee for just a standard visit if you're just coming for an hour or two. We do accept donations for that, but we don't, because we also look at it as an educational opportunity. I've actually had people that were, which you would call vegan curious, who were interested but just didn't understand the lifestyle. And they came and stayed at the sanctuary for a couple of days, and they got to meet and interact with all of the animals that they never would be able to interact with normally. And they actually sent me an email like 3 months after they stayed there and said they had successfully converted and are now living a vegan lifestyle. So that's really cool. And that's why they were staying at the Airbnb and they were paying for the Airbnb. But if someone's local or they're just in the area and they want to come and visit the sanctuary, I don't want there to be any barrier for them because it's an educational opportunity. If they're able to donate, most people do donate. If they are able, that's great. But if not, I am just happy to expose people to these animals because we are so distanced from our food supply, and people just have no idea. They have no idea that these animals have personalities. They form social structures. Like each one of these geese has a best friend. They all have friends. They stay together with their own specific favorite birds, and people just don't know. And so that's one of the reasons that that I don't charge for a visit, is because they just, I want people to have that exposure if they can. So, hey Penelope, happy birthday. Hey Octavius, how you doing? Welcome to the live. Oh, your swan preens you? Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, Flip Flop will preen me sometimes. I'm so jealous, Elizabeth. I want a swan so bad. I just don't even know how to tell you. Zorro's in there hissing at you. I hear her in there hissing at you, telling you. Hannah just went and raided the eggs from the chickens.
I don't like it.
But we already took Zorro's eggs for the day. I already picked up her eggs. Yeah, that's because she's got a nest in here. She's trying to do nesting in here. She's the last holdout of all the geese. I'm pretty sure she's the last one laying eggs.
Is she going broody?
Is she what?
Going broody?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Elizabeth and Victoria and India are all done, and Gimp and Mav, I think they're all done. I think the only one laying eggs still is Zorro, and once they're done laying eggs, I usually take that as a sign of it's okay for me to start putting the boys back with the girls. Is that a farm? Octavius, this is a animal sanctuary. We're an animal sanctuary. Oh, am I going to show you the cockatoos and the ball pythons? Yeah, we can head in. It's getting late, actually. So let's go ahead in and visit. Let's go ahead. Hannah, will you go ahead and cover up that straw for me? Let me just I'm pretty sure I did everything I was supposed to. Is this a chicken on the outside of the fence? No. She's just in with everybody else. Yeah, we do need it. Holy cow, we're over 2 hours on this live stream. I do need to go inside. I got to get to work. So let's go visit the cockatoos and the snakes. We'll do the cockatoos first.
Oh, I forgot to uncover Cody because I was using a vacuum.
Oh, we'll go uncover. Whenever we use the vacuum, we cover Cody up because Cody freaks out over the vacuum. But if we cover her up, she's fine.
You know what I think is funny?
What?
Cody's not scared of the broom. Cody's scared of the vacuum.
And they don't make any sense. Cody's scared of chairs, too.
I'm really scared of both.
Yeah. All right.
Crazy.
You see that emu over there? Who is that? I can't tell from all the way back here. I'm pretty sure that's Sam. Hey, Sam. Oh, yeah, that's Sam. Corona's laying down right there. Hey, Rona. Hey, Rona. You see that big spot on the back of her head? That's just a bald spot. That's just natural. That's just her hair pattern or her feather pattern. But that's how I can tell because Sam has a much thicker head of feathers. A swan bit your leg. I bet it did hurt. I've never been bit by a swan. I'd love the opportunity, though. What is a feed store surrender? A feed store surrender is when you have, like feed stores will oftentimes get baby chicks in and sell them. And most of the time they are not concerned with their overall well-being. And the purpose for selling the baby chicks is because if people have chickens at home, then they have to buy feed from the feed stores. And a feed store surrender is when you are lucky enough to have a manager at a feed store who has some level of compassion and will call you if they have a sick baby, rather than a lot of times what the feed stores do is they just put them in a box in the back room and let them die. But if you're lucky enough to have a compassionate manager at your local feed store, they will call a rescue to come and take them.
Okay.
Yes.
It's locked and I forgot the
Oh, hold on. I'll put the code in for you. Hold on.
It's locking.
I know. It's set to auto lock. It's a new. There you go.
Thank you.
All right. I can change out my boots and I'll be right in. Oh, whew. Look, check this out. I got vegan boots that look almost like real boots. Isn't that cool? I wish they were waterproof. They're not waterproof. I can't find any that I like that are waterproof, but I do like these. But my feet get wet when it's wet out. But I've been through so many other kinds of boots and I just don't like them and they're expensive. Like a pair of muck boots is over $100 and they only last me like 6 months. They start falling apart and then they don't fit on my feet right. So then I get clumsy. But anyway, have I ever been asked to take in a peacock? Yes. Yes, and I haven't, and I've wanted to, but I haven't simply because I don't have the space or funding. But that's another animal that I would love to take in. This is my very sad, these are some old plants that were just like, I had too many, I couldn't plant them. And then I've got some lettuce up there and then more lettuce over there. Huh?
There's anything different on the floor?
Yes, you cleaned them up. It looks very nice. I got to go wash my hands though.
I haven't
Here.
been back in their bedroom.
Here, hold the camera looking at Cody and talk to Cody for a minute while I go wash up.
Hello, Cody. Cody, you're so pretty. Hello. Just staring at me. Hello, Cody. Cody. Can I open this up and take her out?
Have you washed your hands?
No, not yet.
Okay, you always wash our hands between inside animals and outside animals.
All right.
Okay, because if they got any funga bunga outside, you don't want to
Cody.
bring it inside.
Yeah. Hello, Cody.
Okay. Now we can let her out. You know what? Will you go wash your hands and then will you go get some new sheets? Do you know where the sheets are?
No.
They're in the laundry room. I can go get them if you can't find them. Try to find them though, okay? They might be on top of the dryer or something. Okay, and we need to lay some sheets down so Cody doesn't poop all over the floor. This is the bad bird that bit me today. Yeah, I got you on the news. I'm talking about you. Yeah, what Elizabeth is saying about the swans, it just being swan behavior. That's very true. Huh, Hannah?
This?
Is that a fitted sheet? Don't get a fitted sheet.
It was just on top of
Yeah, that's a fitted sheet. Don't use that one. This is a rope that somebody sent Cody off of the wish list. It makes Cody so very happy to have this rope. We actually have a little bit of extra rope here for when because she's already chewed this one. She's already tearing this one apart. So when this one goes, we'll have a little extra rope to replace it with. But yeah, what Elizabeth is saying about it just being swan behavior, it's the same way with the geese. You know, they nibble at you, but that's really oftentimes just a form of communication for them. You know, if they just gently nibbled at another goose's feathers, that's them communicating to them and it wouldn't hurt the goose. And we don't have feathers, we have skin, so.
I guess it is.
Yes, honey. Look, let me see. Yeah, don't use that. Let's go. All right. Let me go grab some sheets for it real quick. And then we'll go back to our regularly scheduled programming. This is our pile of towels. How about this one? This one looks good.
That was a fitted sheet too.
Now, the fitted ones are that have that crunchy stuff here. There's elastic, okay? You see that elastic? That's how you know it's fitted. Hold on, you're probably going to need another one. How about, we get a lot of people that donate old sheets and stuff. I think between the two of these, it should do it. Will you go lay those out, please? So we just lay sheets on the floor so that we don't have to worry about Cody pooping everywhere. And that way we can just pick the sheets up and shake them out and then run them through the wash. Yes, yes, yes. The birds will be fiercely loyal. Yeah, I love Airbnb, Octavius. I have been a guest and a host, and it's been overall a positive experience. So she's got a little bit of irritation in her nair. She has a chronic problem. Let me see. Let me look at it. No inflammation though. And so what I do and I need to do is I make her some saline drops. I make them homemade and I put them in her nair. So that's what I'm going to need to do for her. Hey, do you need some oil? Do you need some coconut oil on there? She's like, no, don't put the oil on there. She does not like the coconut oil. I have had her vetted for that issue several times too. They put her on antibiotics and stuff, but it never seems to help. She's been x-rayed and sedated and all of that mess. And so what I do is, what seems to help is I just get some saline drops for her. What do you got going on here? Let me look. No, I thought it does look like it might be a little bit inflamed there. Here, hold this on her. Okay, just look at her. And I'm going to pull out, I've got some of those frozen. I'm going to pull that out and let it fall. Y'all get to see me give her some nose drops. See, I have to be able to find them. Oh, here we go. So I just make the saline up for her, and I freeze it in these little ice cubes. And then I can just thaw out a little piece at a time. Because,
No, Cody.
It's only good for about 2 or 3 days in the fridge. Alright. We'll just let that sit for a few minutes and thaw out. And we'll do some nose drops. Of course, now that I went and got that, she stopped. Let's see. Elizabeth, it was great hanging out with you. Thanks for hanging out with us on the live if you're still here. I'm sorry I'm far behind on my comments, but thank you for chatting with me. Hopefully I'll see you again sometime. You're welcome, Justin. So anyway, that's Cody. This is Beauregard. Beauregard is a self-mutilator, unfortunately. Come here, baby. You want to come out? Will you come out for me? He's a good boy.
He bites me. He bites me.
Can you go get me some newspaper, please, Hannah? It's in the front hall closet. Just the front closet there, hon. It's not really a hall. I don't know why I called it a hall. That's my bad. But this is Beauregard. He is about 27-year-old Moroccan cockatoo. And my sister actually makes this collar for him. And we've had him vetted too several times. And the vets basically just say it's a mental issue. All right, so look, just stick it under the legs of the chair there, okay? There we go. That's good. And so we give him, he likes to chew on cereal boxes, and he's got toys, and I go out, as you can see, he's got a branch in there. I go out and I grab branches and bring them in for him to chew on. But anyway. Thank you, Christy. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Hi, Beauregard. Why is Cody locked up? Cody was locked up because everybody was outside. Cody is actually out of her cage 95% of the time. But because everyone was outside and she's a little mischievous somebody and can't be trusted, if I left her out, I'd come in and half of my bananas would be eaten. All of the stuff in my pantry would be pulled off onto the floor. And I'd be finding other damage for weeks. Hi. Here, come here, Hannah. Since we're sitting here and watching him, here, hold this. We're gonna take his collar off since we're watching him. I actually usually take his collar.
Don't let him fly over here and bite me.
He's not. I always take his collar off when I'm gonna be sitting with him. It's pretty easy to get on and off. How's that? Did you need those neck rubs? Do you need those neck rubs and this head rub? How's that? Yeah. Say, let's fix all them feathers. Oh, little shoulder massage. He's like, yes, keep doing that, human. How's that? But he has a spot on his chest that he likes to pick at. And that's why we have to put that collar on him. This is a he. That is a she. So Bo is a he. Cody is a she.
And that is a he. Sorry.
Cody is fully flighted. She can fly. Beauregard can fly too, although he doesn't really, because Beauregard's got a much bigger wingspan and he's kind of clumsy, so he can fly if he really needs to, but he just doesn't have the space in the house to do it. But Cody flies around really well. Bird poop isn't that bad. I agree with you. Oh, you've got 2 birds? Cool beans. I agree with you, but it's just easier if we just put the sheets down. It makes it easier rather than trying to scrape it off of the floor. Thank you, Octavius. I appreciate you. Let's see. Oh, you got to leave? All right, I'll see you later, man. All right, well, so the last thing before I go is y'all wanted to see some of the reptiles. And I just have a few ball pythons, so I'm going to pull one of them out. I'm trying to think. I think while we've got the ball python out, we can leave Beauregard where he is because he's going to be preoccupied preening for the next half hour. He's not going to care about anything else. But that one needs to go up. I don't want to be juggling a snake and a bird at the same time. Does not make for a fun experience for the handler because either one of them might try to bite you. Or I should say, might try to bite each other and you would get caught in the crosshairs. The snakes are actually pretty docile. I've actually never been bitten by a ball python. I got winged once, but that was because she was trying to eat. No, you got to step up. I know, you don't want to go up, but you're going to come back out soon. Hannah, I need a camera girl. Let me kick the light on here. There we go. All right, right here. Just hold it right here, like that, and I'll pull the snake out. Who are we bringing out? Okay, well, Alfalfa's sleeping. I don't really want to disturb her. She's my big one. But this guy's out moving around.
They won't bite, right?
Well, he's actually kind of hungry. It's actually feeding time for him, but we should be.
What do you feed him?
He gets rats.
Well, I'm sure you don't have any right now.
I do have rats. I order them on the internet. Is he on the camera good?
Yeah.
This guy here is close to 20 years old, actually. He stayed really small. But he's a beautiful snake.
He looks cool.
Yep. He actually shed recently. He did a pretty good job. I don't see any retained shed on him, so he did a pretty good job. It's a little easier to keep the humidity up this time of year. I mean, he's a pretty good boy. But he is a very enthusiastic eater. He's not aggressive towards people, but if he gets the slightest whiff of food, anything that moves is potential food as far as he's concerned. So that's what you got to watch out for. He's not aggressive towards people, but he is a very enthusiastic eater. And it is about time for him to eat. I actually have it on my schedule to pull his food out. So, but my big girl's sleeping. I don't really want to disturb her. She's all in her box. She's about 3 times this size.
Wow, that's big.
And then I've got another female that's just a complete crazy snake. But this guy's really mellow. What is this? Is this just a dry skin? What is that? No, I think it was just I don't know. It's not something I'm worried about. Anyway, that's one of the... all of my reptiles now are ball pythons. I had other types of snakes when I was younger. But they're very cool creatures. My favorite thing is catching like a black snake. If you can catch a black snake outside, those are really fun.
I saw one. It went under the porch.
I don't know. Anyway, let's put him back up. I don't even know where the girl is. I actually keep him and one of my smaller females together. Hey Aaron, welcome to the live. Oh, as you can see, this is Beauregard's TV program right here. We actually keep an iPhone plugged in next to his cage with like parrot noises and stuff. He really loves that. My nephew actually came up with that idea. My nephew actually takes his iPod and puts it next to his cage and plays music for him. And then when my nephew went home, my sister's got 8 kids, and so I get to keep one of them for 4 or 5 days at a time every once in a while. But anyway, when my nephew went home, we just switched it out for the YouTube there with the bird noises and whatnot. And he really seems to like that. Hey man, yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm talking about you. We're talking all about you. But he's a sweetie. Aren't you, Bo? Hello? Nothing? He's like, I'm busy preening. Oh, you can let Cody back out, Hannah. Y'all want to see something adorable? Look at this guy. Everybody loves Cracker Jack. This is my 3-legged tripod cat. See? 3 legs. Missing a leg. He was adopted. He was found wandering around someone's neighborhood when he was a little kitty. Cracker Jack, aren't you just the best boy? Aren't you the best boy? Oh, he loves you right now because you're brushing him. He's like, you're my new best friend. You can just keep doing that forever. He's like, oh yes, oh yes. Continue with the pets, please.
I'm not petting him. The brush is petting him.
Look at his feet. Look at that foot. You adorable. Do the cockatoos interact with each other? About as much as for Cody to go and steal Beauregard's food and then Beauregard to scream to tell on her. She's basically a bully. She bullies him, even though she's half his size. But they just assume not have anything to do with each other. I'm trying to think of the right analogy, but they're not from the same area. And it's basically like 2 people being in the room from a different country speaking 2 different languages. So they don't really have any interaction. Thankfully, because he's enormous, he will bow down to her, so to speak. So if she decides to go in and steal his food, or like if he's got a tasty treat that he decides, because he'll often, like her, if you give her a treat, she's gonna eat it right away. Sometimes he'll just squirrel it away and eat it later. But the problem is she knows it, and she goes in there. If I leave them both out and I'm not paying close attention, she'll go in there and steal it because she's a little snack thief. But aside from that, they don't really have much anything to do with each other at all. They have access, but, they were raised separately. They were both full-grown adults. Cody was 9 years old when we adopted her. Beauregard was about 7 when we adopted him. And we actually adopted Beau first, and then about a month and a half later, we adopted Cody. And then at the time, we also had some small cockatiels, but they aged out. They died of old age. They were in their 20s.
He's licking my hand.
Cracker Jack's licking. That's because he likes what you're doing. He's helping. He's participating in the grooming process. Huh? What you're doing? You're brushing him. That's grooming for him. If there was another cat around, so Cracker is an only cat now, but his whole life he had his best friend who passed away a couple years ago. He was a couple years older than Cracker was. And when that happened, it made Cracker an only cat for the first time. And so Cracker's used to having somebody preen him, to clean him, and you know how their tongue is really rough, like sandpaper? That's because that helps get rid of all of their old hair. And so what you're doing with that brush is you're helping him. You're doing what that other cat would do. And he's reciprocating by doing the same thing for you. He thinks he's cleaning you. So, do the cockatoos fly onto your hand? If you have something to incentivize them, let's do that. Gee, I wonder if I know anybody that would like this. Look, you see she's ready. Do I know anybody? Hold on, I gotta open this jar. Does anybody here like walnuts? I don't know. I don't know if anyone would want some. Come on. There you go. Have a kiss. Have a kiss. Good girl. Go on. There you go. Beauregard does not care about walnuts. Oh, let me put the lid on here so they don't get stale. Beauregard does not care about walnuts. He actually is not super enthusiastic about any treat. He will take, like, we go and we buy animal cookies for him. He's got a sweet tooth. So he gets like a half of an animal cookie every day. And then he likes banana sometimes when he feels like it. He likes apple when he's in the mood. He's just not very food motivated. He's a weirdo like that. It's like Ace Ventura's apartment. It is. Sometimes I'm doing a live stream that's not sanctuary oriented because one of the ways that I earn my living and that I fund the sanctuary is I sell general merchandise online, and I'll do live streams over on TikTok for that. And I'll be doing like a demonstration of a pizza oven. Like I started doing affiliate marketing for this pizza oven company, and they sent me this. Let me show you this pizza oven. Oh, great. Now I'm moving into selling. But I'll show you this pizza oven just because it's super cool. It's like my new favorite gadget. This is a Paisano pizza oven. I don't have a link over here on YouTube, but it's got like a ceramic stone and it's got a heating element on top and on the bottom, and it gets up to 800 degrees. It's like having a brick oven pizza joint like right on your countertop, and it heats up in 10 minutes. So like on pizza night now, instead of having to heat my whole oven up and make a mess out of my whole oven, all I got to do is do that thing, and that makes like the best pizza. But anyway, the point is, I'll be demonstrating that, making pizza, and all of a sudden I'll have a cockatoo fly on my head because she'll be out here while I'm doing that. And people crack up when that's going on. It is like Ace Ventura's apartment over here. It's bonkers. You sent who home with some animal cookies, Mom? Oh, you will send him? What? You sent him home some animal... Oh, you sent him home some animal cookies. Okay, so I take it Mom's on her way back then? That's my sister. Judy is my sister. What's that thing that folds out on top of their head? Oh, it's his crest. Hey, can we see? Can we see? Can we see the crest? Look at this. Check these feathers out. Look at those gorgeous orange feathers. Look. Hey, Beauregard, can I get a crest show? Hey. He's so chill right now, he doesn't want to show it off. I'm not going to get the broom. That's mean. Do we have a stuffed animal, Hannah? Go find me a stuffed animal.
Sure we do.
That's less mean. Not that. Go get me, because that's like, just see if you can find me a stuffed animal.
All right.
See if we can get him to give us a crest show. I might be able to, Cody's a little easier. Maybe. Ha! Hey, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Want to dance? Do you want to dance? Say I'm not going to show off for you because I know I'm on camera because I'm smart and I'm going to make you look like a fool jumping up and down. Hey. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Bring it here. Bring it here. Where's the squeaky noise?
There it is. Look.
He does that for a squeaky toy. So there's the display for him.
Why does he do that?
He's got a little lamb chop squeaky toy. I don't know. He's always done that first. He makes the squeaky toy bird. He loves a dog squeaky toy. He gets really excited. You hear him make the squeaky noise? All right, Sophia. Thank you for hanging out with us. Oh, you sent her some with him the other day. Okay, I didn't realize. Mom's the one that dishes out the animal cookies. I don't usually do that. It's usually a morning treat. And so let's see if we can get Cody to do the same thing. There you go. There's your display. You see the yellow? You think she's all white, but she's hiding her best colors. You gonna bite it? You gonna bite it? She's like, no, I'm not gonna bite it. You just keep that thing away from me, human. Are you making the squeaky noise? Okay, that's enough. I don't want to get him too worked up. But anyway, so that you can see the crest in action there. a little squeaky toy is always a surefire way to get a rise out of them. Do they say stuff? So Beauregard will say hello and he'll say Beauregard when he feels like it, but mostly, yeah, mostly what he does is he mimics noises. He likes to mimic a laugh. He'll bark like a dog. He'll make the squirt bottle noise because he's very smart. And so if he has an accident and he poops on the floor, he knows I have to go get the squirt bottle and clean it up. So if he poops on the floor, he'll look at me and start making the squirt bottle noise. It's really funny. He just does this whooshing squirt bottle noise. He does the UPS truck backing up. He does a phone ring. Those are all on his terms, though. He doesn't really make any sound on command. Cody says hello and Cody, and that's it. Cody, do you feel like talking today? Can you say hello? Can you say hello? Hello? Probably not. Hello? Cody? Say Cody. See, she knows. She's smart enough to know what this camera is. Hello? Can you give me a hello? Hello? Nothing. Nothing. It's very much on their turn. Beauregard. Hi, Beauregard. Can you say hello? Say hello. I don't want that foot. You keep it. All right, come here. Come on. Oh, so now you want a head rub. That's what he wants, is a head rub. You want this head rub? He's like, yes, all of the head rubs, please. They were full-grown adults when I got them, and you would teach them most of their vocabulary when they're babies. And I just it was never a big deal for me for them to talk, so I didn't really ever work with them. Do we have a broken tail feather here? We do. Oh, no, it's an old tail feather that fell out. That's okay. That happens. It goes into the feather bucket. I've got a feather bucket. Oops, sorry, Hannah. See, you want to see some feathers?
I like that orange one.
See, I keep feather. Actually, I have multiple feather buckets. Look, so this is a crest feather from Beauregard. And this is a guinea fowl feather. And yep, that's a rooster tail feather. That's either from Fancy or...
Most of these are from Holiday.
Yeah, well, either Holiday. This one's probably from Tom. And then this one is either from Holiday or Lurkey Turkey. And so this one here is probably from Honey. Honey passed away, but it also might be from Barbie. But this one's kind of dark, so it's probably from Honey. You see what else I got? I think that's it. Oh, I don't know why these are in here.
Whatever.
It looks like we had some ball jar lids fall in there. That's funny. Well, that happens. But anyway, yeah, you can go ahead and just stick it in there. Anyway, this is some of the feathers that I save and keep from all my birds. I actually have a feather book. Whenever I have a bird pass away, I save a feather. Actually, I'll just set this there. I'll stick it back in there later. All right, Justin. Well, thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate having you here. So they are old. Hey, El Nino. So Beauregard is about 27, 28. I think he's 27. Oh, no, I think he might have just turned 28. And then Cody is 29. So Beauregard's probably 27. I'd have to look it up to be sure. Hey, V, welcome to the live. Holy cow. It has been so long since I've seen you. How is the best bird dad in the whole world? I'm just getting over sick, to be honest. But the worst of it's behind me, I think. How have you been? It's been a long time. I don't go live super often anymore, maybe like once a month. I'm so busy doing everything else under the sun. But today was a Saturday. It was a nice day out. We are actually at 165 minutes for this live stream, so we're creeping up on 3 hours. Not necessarily a record, but Yeah, honey chicken passed away. Um, it's been a minute. It's been a while. We also lost Speckles. These are both just aging hens, though. You know, they're just I mean, it's sad, but it's not sad because they got to live a nice long chicken life on a sanctuary. Can't really ask for anything more than that. They both passed away of old age. How old do they get? Beauregard, the average for Beauregard is between 60 and 80 years for this bird right here. And Cody is closer to 60 years is her average lifespan. She's an umbrella cockatoo. Beauregard here is a Moluccan cockatoo. So they're both pretty young, relatively speaking. Beauregard still being in the first half of his life, and Cody essentially approaching middle age. I'm glad you're doing well, V. I'm happy to see you too. It's been a long time. I was actually talking about you earlier on the live because I was telling them that you sponsor Barbie Chicken. That you this is who named Barbie. V is the one that named Barbie Chicken. We were out there hanging out with Barbie earlier. She was dust bathing, and she's doing very well. It looks a little rough right now because she's molting, but she's very healthy and living a good chicken life. Look at her up there just snoozing. So when you see their bottom feathers cover their bottom beak like that, that's usually a sign of contentment. They're happy and relaxed and comfortable. And she knows I'm talking about her right now because she's very intelligent. Cody, you know you're not allowed on there. You're not allowed on there. No, come here. No, 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 no. This is Beauregard's cage. Step up. Step up. I am not playing. Just because you're on the live stream doesn't mean you get away with everything. Normally, actually, she did get away with it because usually that is a timeout offense. She gets put in her cage for about 5 minutes when she does that. Because she goes on his cage and torments him, and she will reach through his cage bars and steal all of his snacks. Hey, is there a bird head in here somewhere? There it is. Yeah, see, I was cleaning my back feathers, man. Cool thing about birds is they have twice as many vertebrae in their neck as we do, so they can turn their head all the way around. That's how they're able to spin their head around. Well, not all the way around, but they can turn it all the way around on their back. What you doing, Cody Bird? She's like, I'm cleaning these feathers too. That's like 90% of their day is just preening. Okay, Tom, thanks for hanging out, man. Yeah, look forward to seeing you on the next live. We're just kind of relaxing now. Look, Cracker snoozing, taking a cat nap, having a lazy cat afternoon. He's doing good too. So Beauregard never plucked his feathers. Beauregard actually digs a hole in the skin of his chest. I almost wish he would pluck his feathers so he wouldn't. He actually creates a wound on his chest. And, you know, I thought that maybe he had an injury or he had a foreign body in there or something, but we had x-rays done. We had skin scrapings done, among all kinds of other tests. We spent thousands and thousands of dollars on this daggone bird. And they were never able to find a specific reason, a physiological reason for why he did that. Unfortunately, it's a very common issue with these birds. They don't belong in captivity. But thank you for saying his feathers look good. Yeah, they look pretty good. They're a little scrunched up because he wears his collar, but they are pretty good. They're doing pretty good. I don't want to like show y'all because I'll draw attention to it. And right now he's not paying attention to it. But he has a scab on his chest that he does pick at from time to time. But we do the best we can to keep him away from it using those collars. The only other alternative is to put him on an anti-anxiety medication, and we have done that in the past. But basically, when we do that, he basically removes all of his personality, and I think it makes him depressed. You fluffing up all them feathers? Are you fluffing up all them feathers? You're so handsome, Beauregard. You're such a beautiful, handsome man. Yes. Are you the best boy? Are you the best boy? Do you need some head scratches? Is that what that is? You need all the head scratches. What's really funny about these guys is they're actually bald on top of their head. Like if you look right here, I don't know if we can see it or not. Look. He's bald. He's got a bald spot. Big old bald spot on top of his head. Cody's got the same thing. Yes, Beauregard. He's like, yes, you can continue with the head rubs all day. Just stay here and do this nonstop all day. You like it? You like it? Now I got bird powder all over my hand. Let me see. Can I see this wing? Can I see these beautiful wing feathers? Huh? He's like, I don't know. What are you doing with it? Look at these beautiful wing feathers. He's actually there. He'll be molting soon too. His wing feathers and tail feathers will start to fall out, and he'll get new feathers, and so will Cody. It's more gradual for these guys, I found. They don't like lose them all at once. They just go through a period of a month or so where they just lose a lot more feathers than normal. She's like, I'm thinking. She looks like she's thinking, scratching her chin. Oh, you know what? Her nose drops are probably ready. Let me go see. See if her nose drops are ready. Yep. All melted. Hey, Hannah. Can you come here, please? Gotta get this. And I need... Much easier with two hands. Yeah. Can you hold this, please? Sure. We're gonna go give Cody her nose drop. So you can... I want you to look in the camera at Cody. Okay? Like look in the phone. Look at Cody through the phone so that you know you're pointing it at her. So this is just a homemade saline solution I make up for Cody because she has a dry nose. Come here, baby. Just step it. Raw. Oh, what? What? All right, back up. We're gonna put her on this chair. I'm gonna put her right on this chair there. It's a little easier to do. And so what I do, first thing I do is I just rub her nose a little bit, and that removes some of her powder down, because otherwise the nose drop will just bead up and it'll bead up and just roll right off. And then I just, try again. There we go. Oh, and it sucks right in. And that's it. And then we got to do the other side. Let's do the other side. Here. Let's do it this way. You rub the nose to get rid of some of the powder. And do a little drop right there. And wait until she sucks it in. And she has. I mean, it's still there a little, but she sucked it in pretty good. Good job. That's it. And that's it. And we're going to throw her back. And then I can just put this syringe in the fridge and I can use the same syringe for about 3 days. Make sure I pull any of the old one out from the last time I had to do this. And so those nose drops will stay good for about 3 days, and then I'll have to make up some new ones. Thank you, Hannah. Oh. Uncle Ben. Who's Uncle Ben? I sound congested. Yeah. Yeah, I am super congested actually, but way better than I was feeling at the beginning of the week because I had like a super sore throat and my nose, my sinuses were burnt, like on fire. That was no fun. See, we see you cleaning up. He's cleaning his tail now. We see you, man. We see you. This is the first time in like a year I haven't had any of the outside animals inside. Everyone is healthy, everyone is fine, and no one needs to be inside for the first time, and I can't remember how long. Look at that foot. Look at that dinosaur foot. Look at them claws. He's like, yes, with the head rubs. Please continue the head rubs. Yeah, she is used to having the nose drops done. We've done it so much. One of the things, if she goes to the vet for that issue, if it gets out of hand or something, and we have to take her to the vet, they give her antibiotic nose drops. And so she's really used to that. And so I definitely think it makes her feel better. Like she'll continue to sneeze for a little while now just because she's got a bunch of water down in her nose. But it helps irrigate them and clean them out and keep them from being clogged up. Because you can actually smell, like if she like right now, it's just dry. That's what her problem is. Her nares are dry. But you can actually smell if she's got some kind of infection going on. And that's when we have to do antibiotics. And it's just a chronic issue. I've had her tested every which way from Sunday. But we have found that in using the saline drops, we don't typically have to go to the vet anymore. What are you trying to do? You trying to chew your rope up, huh? What am I going to do with you, lady? She's like, that stuff tastes funny. It's just, I forget. I have to look up how I made it. I think it's because I make a bunch of it and I freeze it. But it's just water and I think a little baking soda and I think a little bit of sea salt is all I use. And it helps lubricate her nasal area. Look, you're not supposed to be on there. Let's see where she's going. Are you just coming over here? Come here. You're not supposed to be on there, though. Okay? That gets you in trouble, and you know it. If Mom was here, you'd be in jail right now. She's getting away with it because we're on the live stream, but she would be going to jail. She'd be going to timeout. No, I don't want you on my shoulder. Here, go back over there. Yeah, it's nice not having to have a bunch of chickens or ducks or whatever in the house for a change. You can actually kind of see that spot on his chest. See that right there? He tears at that. It's unrelenting. Like even with the collar, he can get to it a little bit. But the only alternative is to put a very hard collar on him, and then that wears sores on his wings. And it makes him miserable. At least with this collar, he can be comfortable. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this bird. Just do the best I can. I almost broke down and took him to the vet and got him some antidepressant just because it seems like a never-ending battle. I'm watching you. Hey, I'm watching you. You're not allowed to pick at that. But, it's kind of like a vicious cycle for him because even if there's nothing there actually bothering him, birds naturally pick at things like scabs. Or if you have like if you have a mole, you have to be careful if you have a mole on your arm or something because they'll try to remove it for you. So that's just like a natural behavior for them. Boop. Boop. Are you the best boy? Are you the best boy? All right. Well, we have just crossed over the 3-hour mark for this live stream. And it is after 6 o'clock here. And I'm going to have to put everybody up soon. And I haven't had anything to eat today. So I'm going to end the live and take a break and get some lunch or dinner, I guess, at this point, and get ready to go out and take care of everyone. But I've had a wonderful time hanging out with everyone. V, I'm so glad you were able to make it to the live stream. I have missed seeing you. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and end it. I'm kind of beat. 3 hours is a long time to do a live. But I had a wonderful time with everybody. And I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your weekend. And yeah, Mom is the sheriff of the house. How old are they? We're getting ready to get off the live, but this guy here is 27-ish, 28, and she's 29. No, it's 6:15 in the evening. But anyway, all right, guys, I could go on forever. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on the live stream, and I'm beat. It's been 3 hours. It's been a wonderful live. Had a great time with y'all, but I'm going to say goodbye now. I'll see y'all later.